And with that, we are starting. Doing that the wrong side. All right. Hey, Internet, my name is Todd, and we are going to play some Dungeons & Dragons. All right, apparently, some people like watching Dungeons & Dragons out there and like listening to it, so that's why we started recording our games. We started as a homebrew, and then we went to hell. And I mean that, like, we went to hell. So we're playing Descent into Avernus. We are... I think we finally settled on morally ambiguous after a long time. So my name is Todd. I'm going to be the DM, and we have a couple of players. I'm going to introduce. Everybody will get a chance, and we'll go around the horn and bring everybody up to speed. We're on episode 53, approaching... I don't know, I think we might be approaching... Anyway, I don't want to jinx anything. Let's get this going. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the game.
Hi.
Hey. Excited to be back. I hope everybody had an okay week. I didn't do the preamble much. I'm sorry. I have terrible social skills.
No, it's good. Yeah, I like it when you chatting before a game. It's excellent.
Exactly. Or after. We do a lot of table talk after. And we also do a podcast. For those who don't know, we do the podcast out on Podbean, but it's in all the places. So if you're trying to get caught up, that's a great way to do it. And so shout out to California, who were the most recent boom. So thank you very much, Californians. We may be jealous of your climate, but you can be jealous of our dice rolling? Anyway.
Not mine.
No, not Darcy's. All right, so you've already met me. Let's go around the horn, meet the people and the character. Let's start up top. Gordon, take it away.
Hey, Gordon, playing Fenris, your resident shadow sorcerer, and he sees the end near. He sees like things coming together. Band is pretty much back together.
It's true. That was actually the episode title.
Yep.
Of the last one. So you've managed to cross off a lot of that to-do list in hell.
Mm-hmm. We just
have
to get one more big sword.
One big sword, and then you're as ready as you're gonna be, I think. It was prophesied by the crazy old man. You gotta get the name, the sword. Well, you don't gotta, but it would be better to get the name, the sword, and the eyes. We shall see.
We shall see. And Fenris is... it'll be very interesting. He's a bit conflicted on his emotions with everyone around him. And we're going to see how this pans out.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to that. All right, let's move along. Bella. How's it going, Bella?
It's going. Hi, everybody. I'm Bella. I'm playing Darmida. Our Fallen Azamar Ranger. I think she's had the most difficult time in hell. This is this is really hell for her.
Like for everybody else, it was hell, but for you, or for
it's hell.
Darmida, it was personal.
Yeah, I found a version of my mother.
The only version you've ever met.
Yeah,
as your
other than the one
half.
Other than the one I killed, and that Ben Coombe killed for me. Because, I brought her back. But besides that, Darmida has had a really hard time down here. She's felt pretty isolated and alone, and all of a sudden now things, like Gordon said, are falling into place. And she's feeling a little bit, she's got the person she trusts most by her side again, and
It's true. You got your buddy.
she's
back.
very hopeful.
Yeah, you got your buddy
Yeah,
back.
Ben Coom's back,
Ben Coom
and
went-
she's really hoping that maybe Mom.
Well, let's see. Last episode, just a quick reminder, you did roll for your connect to
Commune.
Mom. Calling
And I
collect.
finally got a 6 after 10 times.
Yeah.
I finally got a 6.
So a custom commune to Mom is in the cards if you want it. So we can activate that in a little bit. All right, let's keep going around the horn. Darcy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Darcy. You can find me at twitch.tv. It says Darcy Bits. In this game, I am playing 2 characters now because I had 2 because I keep rotating through them. I've played like 5 so far in the whole game.
Is it 5?
But
I counted 5.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't actually count. I just made a number that sounded ballparkish.
I have not killed nearly enough of those characters.
Yeah.
I don't think I killed any of them. That's not.
It's none unless you include the one time that Gordon was so kind to point out last session when Henrietta died but is still alive. So, like, does it really count? I don't know. Anyway, I'm playing Henrietta Pedersen, who is a pacifist paladin of Palor. And I'm also playing Felicia the Thunder, who is a very curious Svirfneblin druid.
Wow,
who's
say
really
that
just-
3 times fast. Smurfneblin.
There's a V in there. I mean, you got at the beginning, I mean.
Schmurf.
Anyway. Yeah, that's right. You got
Are
it.
you,
That's
are
all
you
need to
feeling
know.
the schmurv? I'm feeling the schmurv. I'm saying that wrong. All right, let's. Thank you very much, Darcy, and don't forget to check out his Twitch stream. All right, and now over
Thank you.
here, the man, the legend, Trent. Welcome back.
Ben Kum Talote at your service, a man of the sea, and a man imprisoned by demons and devils.
Part-time
Devil.
poet, full-time barbarian.
Time at the sea does that to ye.
Please take a level in Bard. All right. Anyway. All right. So he's playing a Goliath barbarian.
Oh yes, I am Ben Kum, the barbarian tank of the party. I have recently been broken out of jail in order to
Torture
join
jail.
the torture jail, out of hell jail, to come rejoin the party to help them escape hell and
And-
the confines itself, and hopefully escape myself as well. Finally
Maybe.
freed of the demon or the devil's influence, but with a massive necrolich in sight, hoping not to engage, more or less.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well,
but I don't know. I had to
we'll
leave a little
find
bit
out.
early last session, so I'm here to listen to all of you
Sorry,
guys.
a necrolich?
I think you've been.
I don't know, a
Dracula.
bad dragon, scary
Cool.
mamma jamma.
Ugh, this dragon is past its prime. It's ugh. All right,
Yeah.
and that brings us round.
True.
Also on deck, although he's not here yet, but we've also got Carl, who plays Fadari, who is an Aarakocra monk on a mission from the plane of air, not to be confused with the airplane. And so Fadari is on a hunt for Sarnia, who you had to let go last episode. When you make a deal with the devil, they expect you to follow through. It's like the world's meanest car salesman. All right.
I mean, I can be honest. I missed a bunch of sessions, so I can't complain about what I missed. So
It's all good.
we had to make some decisions, and Carl flew a little bit too high. Icarus, the
You
story,
lost
blah
a
blah blah.
finger on one of your hands. You can pick the hand, or the internet can pick the hand.
I'll say left hand unless somebody spends the points to put it as a right hand,
Nice. All right, left.
and I'll spend the points to make it left.
You probably got some points. All right, one last thing. Internet, we are playing with you with your mind. No, what I mean by that is you can watch and get plot points and make suggestions for our games, suggest names, cause flashbacks. You can cut to you see what's going on somewhere else or somewhen else. You can get creative with it, and we will do our best to roll with it and make it improvise that into our game. And I have to say, it's one of my favorite parts of this whole thing is to get all the suggestions from the viewers, and it met a lot of great people along the way. So thanks so much. All right. And with that, I think we're ready to dive in to hell. The infernal machines rocking beneath you. Ben Coombe, you're getting the feel for it, but it's still very strange. You've only been out of this hellish prison for a couple of hours, and already it's just such a difference. The open air, although it's still hell, it feels so much better out here than it did down below in the Fortress of Oblivion. You're out on the open plain. You're riding on this massive motorbike style infernal machine. It's just the wind is just gently caressing your bald head, and these little hands are just wrapped around your waist. And in the seat behind you, kind of improvised seat behind you, there's a little gnome who you just met, but the others seem to have well, you met again just before.
Good, yeah.
But you don't know her all that well. She's all cuddled in behind you, just hanging on as the machine rocks from side to side. Darmida, I believe you would be driving, is that right? So you're driving a dune buggy style infernal machine, just tearing across the plains. You have every once in a while have to make a mental note to slow down, because Ben Coombe, although he's getting the hang of it, he's not used to the infernal machine quite to the way you are. So you have to kind of plot the route a little more carefully, and every once in a while slow down, giving him a chance to catch up. Everybody else is kind of taking stock, getting themselves ready, and figuring out what it is that you're going to do next. As you are tearing across the plain, trying to put some distance between you and this threat that so far seems to be hanging back. The pursuit of a winged dragon, some kind of dragon. I think it was Valerie and Ben Coombe both insisting they saw a skeletal dragon just in the plains behind you, but that was several miles back now, and you haven't seen it for a little while. So, morally ambiguous, what do you want to do?
I'm going to look at the last piece that was given to me.
So while the others seem contented with themselves, Henrietta kind of concentrating and rocking back and forth, that strange helmet on her head. It's infernal on one side, and not infernal, abyssal on one side, and a Pelor helmet on the other. She seems distracted. Darmida's driving. You're the only other one, and you're staring off across the plain, just clutching this little piece of blanket. This was your blanket. You don't remember what happened to the actual blanket you had when you were a child, but in a dream, under the guidance of Mad Maggie, walking back into your own past, you happened upon 2 pieces of this blanket. And it's from the early days when you were first learning your training as a planeswalker, as a part of a cult to travel between these strange waygates. Scribbled in childish handwriting across one of these 2/3 of a blanket, which have been mended together to be one part of a spell scroll, incomplete. Last time, in your other hand, you pull out, still stained with a little bit of his blood, you have the 3rd and final piece of your little blanket. You have the 3rd and final piece of a scroll of sorts, wrested from your own dreams somehow by Archibald, now still lost, possibly forever, in the dreamscape, wandering with a night hag. But it is in your hand, given to you. When you woke up, you still have it.
I'm going to put it next to as if it's whole, and I'm just going to read it into myself. Esu, Dusa, Rito, Prima, Material, and then the last piece.
Seto Ure.
Oh, Ure. Okay.
Did you want to cast it?
I want to get a sense for what is it.
Don't cast it.
Please roll an Arcana check. I'm gonna say... Well, no, you're trained. That's already giving you enough, I think. The DC will be lower as well, because of that.
I'm gonna spend a luck point. What the heck?
All right.
Oh yeah, roll 20. Whoops.
Why not? 15.
15. Okay. It's not unlike a new spell that you concentrated on and focused on when you recently, for lack of a better term, leveled up. You understand teleport now. You just recently saved the party with a very timely casting of teleport. This is very similar and yet different. This should open up a portal between planes, allowing passage for a number of people for a short time. This is plane shift. This could be your ticket home right now.
I've already used my level 7 slot.
It's a scroll. If it were mended, it could be used immediately by anyone who can use a scroll.
Oh, I see. So I didn't learn it. It's a scroll. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
All right. Darmida, what's your passive perception?
Not good. 11.
Okay. You're busy steering this new machine, and you're like, some of the controls are in different places. It's stick. The other one was automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can drive it, but it's a little different. You're busy focused on the road. And I believe, Henrietta, you're in the back seat. What's your passive perception, just out of curiosity?
I think much better. Let's see. Probably worse, maybe. I haven't trained, so it is a little bit better. It's 14.
Okay. You see Fenris kind of holding some stuff, but it doesn't really leap out to you as important. He holds it a while, puts it away, then he looks out across the plain, this kind of, I don't know, thoughtful look on his face. Around you, the dust and the ash of the plains, it's almost this burnt orange, but every once in a while this deep red, even little flickers of glow from both above with the roiling clouds, and around you it's relatively clear. South of you is the burning plains where you see these storms of ash and soot and hot burning fire tornadoes tearing across the plain. You've driven by this particular section before. You recognize it. You're actually quite close to the Arches of Ulok, which
we destroyed.
I'll give this as you're driving along. You see the center column that didn't crumble. There were two before, and one of them crumbled as you went through. You look over, and you can see it in the distance. There does appear to be an arch still standing.
Convenient.
All right.
Cool.
Where do you want to go?
Do we know where we're going? So we talked before, I think, that the next step in our minds is like the sword, right? That's, I think, what we're thinking about. Gordon, you're muted.
I thought
Darmita's mom.
no, I didn't think so. I thought the plan was Benkum, Archie, then
Meet his mom and Lulu.
I thought Lulu was first.
It's the same thing.
I thought Lulu was your mom.
I thought the idea was that.
No, Lulu's not my mom.
Not your mom, but she wanted. Didn't your mom?
We have to go to your mom to
Oh.
raise Lulu. This is what I mean.
Yeah.
So Lulu, the crazy old man, he
Yeah.
he died
Mhm.
at the Crypt of the Hellriders,
Oh, that's the okay.
and his spirit remained. You even spoke to it, as there are several spirits there resting, the remains of those who went into hell alongside Zariel. Your mother, Darmita, her name is Nishida, and I know you know that, just for any listeners, she wants to help you, but she is promised to Zariel. She is linked to Zariel, and if she makes significant actions against Zariel, then it will be known almost immediately.
Right.
But she's willing to help you. She just wanted to make sure that everything was in place according to her. And according to her, she knows where the Bleeding Citadel is.
Now, just to refresh my memory, because it's been a really long kind of
No
thing.
worries.
At the
Yeah.
Bleeding Citadel, is that where we were to get the
Zariel.
sword?
The Sword of
Or
Zariel.
just Zariel?
The Sword of
sword.
Zariel is,
Just the
is
sword.
apparently
Yeah.
at the Bleeding Citadel. That's
That's-
where
okay.
you saw in the dreamscape the flashbacks to Lulu's memories of driving,
Right.
Being alongside your mother, driving the blade into the plains of Avernus, and this massive fortress springing up out of
Right.
basically out of the combined essences of Lulu and your mother.
And have we figured out yet? Have we? Because we thought for a while that the eyes were the helm that Henrietta had, but we found out not. Have we
It's not,
figured out
yeah.
that?
Not yet.
We haven't figured out the helm or the eyes. Okay.
Lulu was the eyes the whole time. I don't know.
That would be awesome.
That'd be pretty cool,
yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing everything you've
2 for
seen
1.
this whole time. Anyway.
We had a 2 for 1 if we
We want a
incarnate him.
twofer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been my understanding, right? Like,
right,
we
then I
don't
guess
want to bring back Lulu until we have the sword, because as soon as we bring Lulu, basically the fight's coming to us at that point, so we need to be ready
Yeah.
for it. Unless there's a step in here that we're not considering, which is some form of freeing Nishida. But I don't think that we have any lead for how to do that. Probably
Well,
getting rid
we
of the big guy is
know-
the only way to do that.
We know, we know that he has kept her contract somewhere very different than the rest of the contracts that we cleared. So we're thinking her
I don't
contract.
know if we
with him.
actually. Yeah. So, I mean,
But
if we
it's
could
only
get
a
that, that'd be
guess.
really cool. But I don't think it's happening. Yeah.
You could do a
Oh,
religion check
Darmita's-
if you like.
Before we
Darmita's
bring
gonna
it
make
back
it
to him.
happen, even if she
Cool.
dies.
Yeah. I
for
mean,
it.
I hope it happens at some point, but I don't think it's happening before we bring.
How
back
about
Lulu.
this? Henrietta, can you do a religion check for me?
Yeah.
Sure.
I agree, though. It's not
Dude.
gonna happen before.
Yeah, this is mostly like, player discussion stuff about what we want to do as a game. I have no idea what we're thinking in character. Where's my religion check? +6. I got a nat 1 for a 7
Nat
total.
1 on religion. Okay, so here's what happens.
Starting out
Yeah.
strong.
As
Yeah.
you're like, what? How could we wrest the the contract away from Zariel for Darmita's
I would
mother.
like to know that.
And you
That's
start
true.
to think, and you're like, you recall your training. You almost a flashback. Hey, Carl's here. You flash back to the halls of an unruined El Terrell in your early days, your training amongst the rest of the clergy, and you try to remember some of the what did they mention about devil contracts? I know they mentioned it, and as you go back, you remember walking through the hollowed halls, the massive cathedrals above you. You could love the music, the other stuff less so, but you love the music. And as you listen to that hymn, you hear that humming of that beautiful hymn, and it just starts to reverberate in your soul and in your mind and in your helm, and it starts to just buzz this whole one side of your head, and it just becomes zzz, almost like this incredible feedbacking echo of this divine sound, and it is then immediately countered by the opposite side of your helm with this as the demonic side of your helm actively fights back against the resonance of the celestial side.
Cool.
And it gives you a wicked headache. For the next hour in-game, like character,
Mhm.
you have disadvantage on all. It's essentially an exhaustion point.
Is it actually exhaustion? Should I just mark it that way?
Sure.
Okay.
Just for the next hour,
So
though.
if you get
You don't
exhaustion
have to
again,
do
it will
long.
stop.
long
Oh,
rest.
it's the special
Yeah.
version. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's just a
Love it.
wicked
That's
headache
awesome.
from your helm.
Yeah.
All right. And let's just pause for 1 second. Welcome to the game, Carl.
Thanks, man.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We did the character intro already, but you kind of missed a few things, so we can bring you back up to speed very shortly. Essentially, look who's back. We got Van Koon back.
I know. A few weeks ago, I was there as well. So
Oh, that's right.
I remember.
Awesome. And then, but as a price for that, these guys made a deal with Sarnia, as you may remember, and Sarnia made good on that promise to leave. So she left, unharmed. And we can maybe figure something out about that, about what you want to do about that, or what you may have already done, and we can cut to that later if you want. But I did want to hear what maybe was going through Feluri's head as she watched Sarnia fly away. In the improv world, this is called pimping. Go.
Well, the answer you'd receive for this would be the great answer in regards to any finale of a show, because she would have seen her left and leave, and Valerie would have chased after it.
All right. So
But
there was
Yeah.
a time where the rest of the group did not actually see you. So that might actually have happened if you so choose. So we can sort that out in just a few minutes. Okay.
sure.
So we'll come back to that idea in a little bit. Now, okay, extension to that question. Is there anything that could have made Valerie come back to the party? Or rather, let me rephrase that. Something made her return to the party. What do you think that might be? I mean, it could have been he lost sight of her or something, but I figured I'd put it over
It
to
probably
you.
would have been to see what the outcome, if it would have accomplished a greater good. Just wanted to see if it actually had some positive effect and stuff like that. So that might have
All right.
influenced her. Yeah.
All right, so something dragged you back to this unlikely band of, I can't even call you guys heroes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I can't. But yes,
Hey, it's
you are.
okay. It's
you are
okay.
back with the rest, and you are bumping along in a new infernal machine. They sold the old one, and they didn't even ask. They sold it for a can of beans or something. I don't know. Anyway, so you are back with the rest of the group, sitting there, rocking back and forth, trying to decide where to go next. So welcome back to the table, Carl. It's been a little bit. We'll catch up.
It has. Yeah.
All right. At this point, I would like Darmita's. You're running out of road here. I mean, you can just tear across and explore the plains of Avernus if you want, but where do you want to steer?
Well, I do believe we are going back. I don't have the map. I can't see it. All I can see is black. So, I believe we're going back to the south of where we were. So I'm gonna kind of steer toward there. I would assume if I'm going back
generally
to the
in Hell, it works best if you have a destination in mind. So
yeah,
I think it might be time for you guys to decide where and when you want to do.
well, what's it called? I'm just looking in my
The
notes.
Hellriders.
The Hellriders tomb, yeah.
Okay.
Is that where we're going?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's where Lulu and my mom are.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought we were in the sword.
So if
Cool.
we decided that, then that's what we're doing.
Okay.
I mean,
My apologies.
unless
What is
you
this
guys
one?
know where the sword is, but I assume we're going there to find out where the sword is.
The sword is at,
The
from
bleeding
what we
I
city.
knew it
know,
one time.
there.
Yeah, I knew what one time, but it moved. So yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Well,
we know it's at the Bleeding Citadel. We don't know where the Bleeding Citadel is.
right,
your
but
mom.
my mother does.
Hence, Tomb of the Hellriders.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So you steer your infernal machine down. You're following the crazed cartographer map. You dig it out of your pack there, Gordon, Fenris, and help steer the way as the mad ramblings of the cartographer both distract, infuriate, and possibly amuse. All right, that's just a quick little. All right, so woo, my screen just did a funny thing. All right, we're gonna cut to that as you come tearing up to the Crypt of the Hellriders in your infernal machines. I'm gonna need a survival check from both Darmita with advantage because it's your favorite terrain, and Ben Koom. I will give you advantage because you're basically following her. It's just
well done.
do you crash?
22 on mine.
Nice. All right. And 26 for Darmita. All right. You make it no problem as you actually make excellent time. You have approximately a day and a half remaining.
Todd,
in the
I'm
10
sorry
days.
to cut you off.
No worries, man.
I have a barbarian totem spirit
Ooh.
of the elk, and
what does that do?
so it's a passive, but I like to think that you kind of have to activate it. Essentially, your travel speed, like your travel pace, with up to 10 people within 60 feet of you, on mounted or foot. I'm assuming we're mounted.
Yeah.
Our travel pace is doubled, not our movement speed, but our travel pace is doubled.
Damn, that's awesome.
And if you then couple that with I have the thing where if I'm traveling for a period of time in the same area, I also am able to
Damn. Nicely done.
so while traveling for an hour or more in your chosen terrain, difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group can't become lost, and you remain alert to danger even when you are engaged in another activity.
So is
You
Felice
move
in the
stealthily.
Wow.
Is
All right.
Felice in the back seat of the
The
car?
motorbike. Your
Okay.
drive.
Oh,
With
on my
you.
bike. Okay, I definitely turn to Felice. I'm assuming she has some crazy chemical pouch, and I just tell her to give me her like I don't know, a throwaway arcane pouch, so to speak. You know, like
By the way,
just-
Ben
Yeah.
Koom, what's your passive perception? Just a quick point of order.
16.
Damn. Okay. You don't I mean, you've met Felice before, but
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
been busy drooling down your back all trip. Like your
Oh.
whole back is just covered in like
Ew.
wet. Like maybe she's sweating or drooling. Every once in a while, you feel
Oh.
these little pushes along your kidneys.
That's
You
weird.
hear this.
That's funny though.
All right. Anywho, it's just
Oh, no,
a little
sorry.
odd.
My bad. I wanted to just take this random pouch from Felice and then
Mm-hmm.
pour it into the engine of the motorcycle, and then pour it into the engine, like the open. I'm assuming they're like open, like Mad Max machines, and pour it into the engine of the scavenger, and then we just start going at like twice.
Actually,
3
what you're
times the
describing
speed,
is
like-
an actual game mechanic. It's in here, and I forgot to mention it last game.
Oh,
You
fudge.
would cut back to the Wandering Emporium,
Felice actually does have a flask of demon ichor on her.
and that's exactly what it is.
She
and,
actually does.
and the
I
don't
do
think
it.
that's what
I
we're
have
doing.
3 of them.
This is us narratively describing what we're doing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
This is not us. I don't want to evoke the overclocking clause. We have features for
It's
this.
all
We're not
good.
doing that.
So cut back to that
Don't you try and
salamander.
get us, Todd.
So cut back to that salamander who sold you the Infernal Machine.
Yeah. You really want to make these puppies fly, huh? Alright. Here's the trick.
He passes you an extra flask of demon ichor as part of the price of the machine that you paid already. And he says,
You want to go like a bat out of Avernus? You pour this in when you really need to cook. And these things, they'll almost fly. But good luck, and voids all warranties. So, yeah. Happy doing business with you. Bye-bye.
all right, so
You
you
see the,
do
like,
know
bills of
about the
warranty.
demon ichor trick. So you pour it on in?
Oh yeah. So I guess if this is real, I was just kind of describing the elk movement. So technically, our movement would be quadrupled.
You guys basically go
You're only
back in
elusive for,
time.
like, 2 minutes. It's for like a. Okay.
No, between her and
Back
him
back in time.
and this stuff, you guys had 2 days to get there before Lulu's spirit can no longer be resurrected. You look at the clock, it's like, I don't know, it'd be like looking at a clock at 11, and you go for this long drive, and you look at the clock, and it's like 11:30. You guys, you went 88 miles an hour is what you did.
That's it. Damn.
All right.
Yeah, I felt like that was like,
I was trying to
close
go
to 100 or
267
120.
miles.
Okay, imagine only ever going on horseback and then going. I was actually referring
Oh, that's
to.
a good point. That's a good point.
Anywho, you guys and Ben Koom at one point motions to Darmida, and the
Yeah.
2 of them go off road across this what looks like this mire, horrible idea to drive across, and you're like picking this route, just and you cut off this huge expanse of time, just buzzing right past the arches of Ulak. And right through the bone brambles at one point, a bunch of dryads are like, and you just don't even slow down.
Are there
You tear-
bone dryads in there? That's awesome.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
that's a cool concept.
you come
But
tearing
it's like,
up.
oh!
Yeah, Felice is like looking over the back window. Actually, the
I'm gonna
like,
summon one of you later.
and then you arrive at the Crypt of the Hellriders. And with that, we are going to jump over to a different map. I guess I need to place you, don't I? So go
Did
ahead
we
and
actually
place
spend
yourself.
stuff, or was that just narrative?
Pardon?
Are we actually spending the ichor, or is that narrative? I'm not.
That was just narrative, but you still
Okay,
have.
because I do have some on my sheet. So I
Yeah,
don't-
you've got one, and Ben Koom has one. He just did a couple of drops.
I have 3.
All right, you got lots of stuff for days. All right, so go ahead and park your infernal machines up here on the. Oh,
Is
there it
there, while we're parking them, can I just search around the area for somewhere that we could conceal them, cover them,
All right, I'm gonna get you
Otherwise,
to do a survival
make them...
check with disadvantage. It's pretty open terrain, but you might get creative with it.
Okay, because you know where I'm going with it, though.
Oh, I think I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Humor me though. All right, so you pull up.
You sure it wouldn't be just a straight roll, though?
It would be a
'Cause I've
straight
already
roll because
got
you have
advantage.
advantage. Yeah, it's a straight roll.
Right. Okay.
So you come up. There's this. Wow. Wow. That is a nat 20 for a total of
31.
31. Okay. Let's just say you find. Oh. You pull up and you're like, hey, let's park in this old tomb. You pull across. It's a perfect fit. It's like a 2-car garage. You know, like a tomb. No, a bike and a thing. You just up in. You even find these old, like, gates that can close. It's just on the edge of this mound as it crests up, and there are these, all these old tombstones, and this empty armor is just dotting the landscape. Where all the former fallen Hell Knights of the Hellriders, you released their souls, so they are no longer there, but their armor, rusted and dinged, is all scattered around the top of this hill. At the very top, there's a almost mausoleum style thing, and it extends down into the earth. That is the entrance where you last saw your mother and the ghost of Lulu. All right, you get to the you're going up. Can I get a series of perception checks? Actually, I'll just say 2. You guys can pick.
Dibs on being one of them. I seem to have the highest perception.
I'm not gonna.
I'll do it.
If somebody else would like to do this, I think that would
ahead.
be better.
All right, let's go with Ben Coom and Valerie.
And Valerie.
15.
20.
All right. As you're kind of shackling up the gates and closing them down and gathering all your belongings, or at least enough that you want to bring inside the tomb, Ben Coom, you cast your eyes around, just taking in the hellscape. It looks pretty clear. Valerie, you're flying above, just keeping an eye out, wishing you could have done more to take down Sarnia. She did indicate that you will see her again, so there is still hope there. And as you're going, you see this little flicker of movement out of the corner of your eye, and you're just like, wait, what's that? And then you look, and there's just pretty far off, but you see this little wings, just little though, just across the plains, kind of as though it was trying to keep up and fell way behind. You see a small imp out on the dusty plains, kind of skittering from rock to rock, just trying its best to approach unseen.
Okay. Sorry, how far is it?
It's probably about, I mean, you got good eyesight as an eagle person, or a bird person, so, or a duck. I never did ask what kind of Aarakocra you were. But anyway, but your icon's a duck, so there you go. You look out, and it's probably about half a kilometer away, and you wouldn't have seen it except it landed with a poof of dust as it ducked behind a rock.
All right, so we're being watched or followed.
You say to the others as you land, or
yeah,
okay,
yeah, pretty much.
We should take care of that.
All right, I can fly out and we'll see what the deal is.
Sure thing. You get a pretty good bead on it. It'll take you a couple minutes. Are you going to go alone, or are you going to bring anybody with?
I should probably go with, just so she's not alone.
Sure. All right.
Like, Darmida wouldn't let her go by herself, I don't think, and I think the only other person who can keep up and fly that way would be Darmida, so...
All right. So I'm assuming you're going to activate your boots of flight.
Yeah, but I'm gonna kind of like we did last time. I'm still holding on to Valerie, and just kind of the boots keep me up, but Valerie, I go at her speed.
Oh, or a little bit less, but yeah, that's fair. All right, so you're making pretty good time as Valerie just grabs you and tows you along. Are you being out with the open, or are you going to be stealthy?
Stealth.
Stealthy. Yeah.
All right, roll stealth, please.
Stealth.
The rest of you, what are you going to do as you're tucking away the machine?
And that one brings me to 15.
Try not to ruin the stealth check.
27 for me.
All right. So, here's the thing. Valerie comes flying in, just going down. Maybe it's the anger from having Sarnia leave, and you're just wanting to get out there, and you go a little too aggressive as you come in, and you just land 3-point stance, like very close to where that imp is. It might have seen you. You look around.
15's pretty good.
You don't see anything. There's just pile of rocks that had hidden behind. There's a couple of dusty kind of imprints in the ground.
Can I do a track?
Sure. Roll survival with advantage.
$23?
Sorry, what was that? It was 23?
23.
Oh, yes. So at this point, you can see where it hit the ground, and you kind of bend down, and in the shadows, you can both barely be seen. Oh, right. Actually, you would have been rolling with advantage there, Valerie, so you can roll again.
Oh, all right. Well, then.
And if you want to, you can too as well. But Bella,
I'm good.
Aren't you a Gloomstalker in the shadows?
I am.
Oh no, that's only for True Darkness.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
think
22
Valerie
is a
is
whole
better
lot
off.
All right, so
22.
you're looking around and you see where it impacted the ground, and then you see a little, about 5 feet away to the right, you see another little bit of a dusty footprint, and then another, and then another. It seems to be walking that way, invisibly.
Walking invisibly, but the tracks are still seen.
Exactly.
Okay, so
What do you want to do? It's heading that way. You hear a little.
What do I have?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at what I have.
I want to cast darkness. Where I think he's gonna go into.
I feel like I want to take a crowbar and knock him upside the head, but I'm not going to.
You can take a swing at it, but it would be a disadvantage.
Yeah.
You have a vague idea of where he is, or at least was just a few seconds ago.
So one can assume that invisibility is concentration. What would fireball do? I will cast a fireball where I think it was gonna be.
You reach up, pull a bead off of your necklace, and it just comes up.
Wow.
Comes off with this ever so slight, and it starts to blossom in your hand, like
0 to 60 in under a second.
And you get the sense, oh, right, this is gonna go, and you throw it off your necklace of fireballs, approximately where this thing is. First of all, can I get you to do either Arcana or as it was a Dex attack, either one, just to see how you aim this?
Dex, like it just a Dex throw?
Yeah.
Or Dex to...
Well, it'd be like an attack with your dexterity, just to see if you throw it in the right spot. I know should be easy. Okay.
Nope.
All right then. With the 13, dude, what did you roll?
It's an AoE, right?
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna need dexterity saves from Darmida and yourself.
No proficiency on that, huh? Shame. It's not like a thrown weapon proficiency. It's not. What
No. Well, I was just seeing whether Valerie would know enough to like. She's done this once, so I don't know if she knows enough about where to position it at a distance.
15 for me.
All right. I'm
28
just going to fix this for 1 second here.
Hey, let's hold the noise down in here.
Hey, Kudna, how's it going? We're going to get you on after a break if we can, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Did you get a chance to look at the characters?
Not yet.
No, I got 3 that you can choose from.
Awesome. So we'll see how we can. Whoa, welcome. As I mess up everything. But we'll get you on the stream in just a little bit. All right. There we go. Okay, that didn't work at all. All right. So anyway, so how'd you do on the dex saves? Dexterity saving throws.
15.
28.
All right. So those are both passes. So Carl, if you want to roll the damage on your fireball.
I'll take the first roll that I did. So the creature would have a DC dex save of 15.
Yep. So you just
The
passed.
damage is 23.
Okay. All right. Let me just. I have a feeling about something here.
Hello.
Hold on. All right. Just 1 second. I'm pretty sure they are immune. No. Oh yes, they are. Sorry, dude. For a second, I was like, condition. So the fireball just. You both get tossed a little bit. Darmida actually just totally taken by surprise, like thrown back. You're actually kind of do a flip up over, and you end up hovering in midair. Your feet just being like, whoa. Apparently, Valerie is in a mood, and you hear this thing.
He's over there.
You have a vague idea.
Now, did it be, even though he's immune, it still hit him?
It hit him.
Does he still have to do a concentration check?
He doesn't take any damage from it.
Okay.
So it threw him off
That's an
enough
interesting
that he
question.
made some noise. But
Okay.
he didn't actually have to drop or do a concentration check. He's actually immune
All right.
to fire. It was a great idea, though. It made him
So-
make noise. So you can make an attack if you want to.
Darmida's
You have a pretty
going
good idea,
to...
like- He's there
Yeah.
or there. You heard him.
Yeah. At this point, she's like, well, I guess this is what we're doing. And I'm gonna cast a first level Hunter's Mark at
All right.
him. And
How?
then I'm gonna... well,
Have to see him.
Yeah.
Well, she knows basically which.
I know where he is.
It's not AoE.
Yeah, like you need to see him.
Yeah,
I think.
you could take a blind shot at him with disadvantage, but to actually target a spell on him, you have to see him.
Oh yeah, take a shot at disadvantage. That'll knock him out.
Okay.
I mean, you hit things pretty good.
Yeah. All right. I'll take my shots then.
All right,
First one.
shots in the dark.
Speaking of shots, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get a beer.
Fair enough.
18.
18. All right.
Yeah.
18 hits. Even with disadvantage, nice shot. You shoot where you heard the squeak, and you hear him.
Oh, I have
Oh.
disadvantage on it?
Yeah, you have disadvantage on it.
Oh, then I get a reroll.
Yeah, sorry, I thought that was the reroll.
No. That would be...
Oof. You rolled a 5, so
Hold on.
Nope. Turn that off.
17.
17.
Yeah.
That is
Extreme.
a hit. AC
All right.
13. Nice
so
job.
19. Or, I mean 9.
9
damage.
damage. All right, and it's gonna
Now
roll for
does he-
concentration. It does.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let's see. Hold on. DC would be 10. And it gets a 15. So he still manages to stay invisible, but you heard him again. So he's out there.
All right, but I still have disadvantage.
Yeah, you still have disadvantage.
Okay. That's a 1.
Oh.
I'm gonna use a luck.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my luck.
Sure thing. Go for it. Yes. Burn the luck. I mean, nothing. 13? 13? Oh, and that's a roll.
25.
Yeah, you hit again. The arrow you just shot, part of it is still visible. You just target just below that.
13 piercing.
All right. Eek. Yeah, it definitely cries out. Wait, 13 piercing? Falls to his knees, and this little red imp just becomes visible as he falls to his knees and looks up and he goes,
I never liked you, Darmida.
falls over dead.
How did it know me?
You recognize this imp. This
who is it?
Scrix.
Did you not guess that before now?
No.
Sorry. Okay. Cool.
You have executed Scrix. His body is lying there in front of you. What do you want to do?
Fine. I'll walk up to him and fucking...
He begins... You can see his little body is beginning to smolder.
There, he's got 2 health.
Can you do a dex save for me to see if you can do this in time? Just saying. It happens kind of quick. I said Sarnia didn't die immediately because she's kind
And
of
the thing
mean.
is, I wouldn't have known it was Scrix because he was invisible.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
Okay.
21.
All right. Yeah, you get there just in time as he's like, I'm coming back to the sticks. And then this arrow, 2 arrows still protruding out of his chest. And just like,
I never liked you either, but apparently the others do, so... What are you doing, you idiot?
I'm going to let you roll intimidation with advantage since you just killed him.
It's kind of what she does. She likes to kill people and bring them back, doesn't she?
I'm just going to kill you, then interrogate you.
16.
And you say you're having a hard time in hell. 16. He's like,
Just so you know what I'm capable of.
You people are crazy. Oh my god. You're gonna
Just
definitely...
me.
So, I was sent to
Meanwhile,
keep an
Valerie's
eye.
just playing with the beads on her necklace.
yeah, I think you're intimidating Darmida more than you're intimidating. By the way, you both took half damage, right?
11, right?
Yeah. So
I
anyway,
already put the damage on
okay.
my...
Just
sheet.
reminding. So
11.
you're looking down at this little Scrix.
Valerie
and-
doesn't take any damage.
Oh, nice.
Evasion.
Nice. Oh, right, that's right. So Valerie is fine. Oh, we lost the thing again. So Valerie's totally fine, and but you look down at this burnt little imp impaled by like shish kebabbed with 2 arrows, and he looks up at you and he's like,
I was sent by Bell to keep an eye on our investment. If you don't mind.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be such an idiot. You think we're just gonna allow people to sneak up on us?
Scrix is the best scout the Bell has.
You're also the dead one.
Point taken.
pulls out one of the arrows.
Oh, God. Damn it.
All right. So, what do you want to do with them? You can finish him off.
I'll pick him up by his
little leathery wings.
Scrub. Yeah. And bring him back down to everybody else.
You know enough to pick an imp up by its scorpion tail. This is part of your training. So he's like dangling, trying to flap to have some dignity, and you take him back to the others. The rest of you are ready. You see Scrix there. Everybody, he's with Darmida. All right, you make your way to the top of the hill, and you look down upon the entrance to the crypt. And below, the gateway is sealed, but you remember the entrance password. Do you remember the entrance password?
For glory. Henrietta says.
Nice. I don't have a Felice token here, by the way. You might need to put that in. All right, so Henrietta, you've opened the doors, the crypts, the cold mist kind of along the bottom. You enter in, and after a few moments, you come through and you see this ghostly visage, this face appear down the hall, looking out at you. A former soldier by the look of them, wearing armor. Valerie, can I get you to do a wisdom saving throw? The DC isn't too high, but it is there. As you look at this tunnel leading underground again. Not your favorite place.
19.
19, nice. All right, so you take a deep breath, steel yourself.
By the way,
yep.
You should have, on that wisdom, you should have advantage, because we had the meal.
Oh, right.
Was the heroes, the special heroes feast, so we still have that.
Good reminder, yeah.
Good thing that I rolled a 19.
It's true. All right, so you have no problem heading below into the crypt. You've been here briefly before. You head inside and make your way. The soldier ghost, translucent in the background, in the darkness here, looking out at you, and then as soon as it recognizes you, Darmida especially, but all of you, it says, "Yes, come. The mistress should return shortly." So you head below, and you're waiting around inside, probably one of the more comfortable chambers, but Nishida isn't currently there. You look around, and when you head in all the way, I'll just jump you. Darmida, as you head into the hidden chamber where your mother would sometimes rest, you see the body bound in blankets, the withered old man. He looks a lot smaller than you remember.
I'm gonna just kind of walk over and caress his face and just kind of lean over and whisper, we're gonna sort this out.
The ghost soldier standing at the entrance kind of turns to Fenris and says, "The mistress has not been back since she left days ago. We don't know precisely when she will return. It's usually once a week, perhaps." I am unable to leave this place.
How long have we been gone?
You've been gone about, 8 days.
So she's been gone a little over a week.
Yeah.
No way we can reach her?
Mm-hmm. There sure is.
All right.
There is one way and one way only. And this isn't what I wanted to use for the commune, but I'm going to use the commune.
All right. So you settle yourself in the same room, looking down at Lulu, and you sit on the other bed that's opposite, a stone platform, really. It's a crypt. And you calm your mind and take a few deep breaths. And for a second, you can almost remember what it's like to stand in a forest. You've been in hell for... it feels like forever. But you remember the forest you grew up haunting, as it were, as a brigand raised by your father in the woods. You picture the tree, and after a few seconds in your memory, the leaves on the tree begin to catch fire and turn to ash. And the whole thing fills the surroundings with smoke. And you can just make out the branches as the burning embers of the leaves illuminate you, just flickering in the dim light. And a few seconds later, you hear the wings, the footsteps, and then the mist and the parting smoke. Your mother. Not as you saw her last exactly. Her eyes are still that hollow, sunken, undead, essentially revenant Deva. But the rest of her figure, in your mind, this strong, powerful, radiant warrior, celestial servant, a Deva of your mother before she fell.
How may I be of assistance, my daughter?
We've made it back. We've acquired what we could acquire. We've done most of what you've asked, if not all. We need you here.
You have done very well. I will come. Unless... Are you sure you freed the demon? It is on the way. The demon Lord Kustosh.
Huh. We freed him. However, we lost track. So... I assume he's on the way? I'm sorry.
It's all right. If I know the Demon Lord, he will not stop until his revenge is complete, or he is a pile of ooze on the desert floor. He will come, and he will announce his presence. No
we
doubt.
Also got Belle.
Belle?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what do you mean, Belle?
Well,
What do you mean, God?
well, we have a bit of an agreement.
No. Darling, I've done what I've done so that you wouldn't have to make agreements, wouldn't have to tie yourself to them.
After a few seconds, she masters herself and kind of...
Tell me what it is you agreed to.
Well, TMR did that. Or Fenris did that. Damn it! Kiamar is another character in another game. Fenris. Fenris is this game.
I think every time anybody calls Darcy by the wrong character name, we should make a drinking game. Anyway, sorry.
We should.
Too late.
But it's easier to probably mix up Darcy because multiple characters. But
So,
when you get here, you can talk to Fenris. I believe I believe it's okay. It's not... I trust Fenris most of the time.
For his sake, I hope he hasn't overpromised. I am on my way right now. It may take me an hour, but I'll be there.
Well, we don't have much time, and we have to...
at the crypt?
With Lulu. We have to fix Lulu.
All right. I am on my way, and I will be there within the hour.
Oh, I got my mom.
All right. With that, the tree, the raining embers from the leaves burn away, and the trunk itself disappears into the fog and the mist and the smoke. And your mother takes a step back, and the last thing you see, besides these massive feathered wings, the silhouette in the dim light, you see these sickeningly greenish blue glowing eyes peering out at you from her face. And she steps back into the mist, and you are back staring at Lulu, at the corpse of the old man. All right.
Okay.
Anybody else want to do anything for an hour? You can have a short rest if you want.
Darmida will take one.
All
So
right.
what's our plan here? Is she just gonna show up? We're gonna get Lulu back. Do we know what's happening next? So we won't have much time, right?
Right. We find the location.
Location of the Citadel of Blood? Or the
Yeah.
Sword of
Yeah,
Cause?
Let's not talk too much about it.
No, don't.
Do not speak it. Ears are everywhere.
The Sword or the Citadel?
Both.
Cool.
I'm just saying, if we don't know where we're going, then maybe we a little premature here. We don't have time to be looking for it afterwards. Who's got the map, actually?
Fenris has it right now.
Can I take a look at the map? I mean, they've held out on us so far, but maybe.
You
Be
pass
my
it over?
guest. And
Yep.
yeah, I passed over.
Cool.
You take a close look at the map of Avernus, the mutterings of the mad cartographer. It's a bit distracting because when the mad cartographer begins to speak, you get this other buzzing on the abyssal side of your helm. This almost this deep-throated, just on the edge of hearing. All right, you see the map, and you remember there was a vague sense of being near the Bleeding Citadel when you were perched atop Haramon's Hill. But
I've never been to Harmon's Hill.
well,
I was
across
not part
from
of that.
Haramon's Hill.
Sure.
You stayed in the Infernal Machine not too far away. But besides that,
All right, cartographer. Do you know where we're heading?
all right. So,
So I look over at Fenris because you're just like, don't talk about it. So I'm like, should I not talk about it? Maybe I shouldn't. All
it's
right.
up to you. All right, Felice is busy poking around this crypt. Ben Coom, what do you... he's... So, and with that, as you await
Yeah, I think
the arrival
with like
of your mother...
Felice, we hear this like you already alluded to it earlier, right? So probably she's been a little bit like behind everyone actually, and kind of like maybe a bit slower than usual because she's she's already slow, but like kind of like nope, don't do that, and sort of like arguing with herself as she sort of makes her way down, struggling with what's going on there.
No problem.
I think at one time we hear no, better than Tokota. Don't do not close your mouth around her. Or stuff like that.
There are plenty of bodies around, I'm just saying. All right. And with that, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we'll find out what Darmida's mom has got going on. And, all right. Internet, I already mentioned, just a quick little shout out as we go to our break screen. I am interested in an evil name, just one in the bank, something evil. And no, I don't know. And other than that, we'll be back in, what do you need, 10? Let's take 10.
I have to do the puppies.
Oh, okay, let's take 10. Let's take 15 minutes. And when we return, we will find out what Darmita's mom has got going on. I know I made that joke, but it was worth it twice. It wasn't worth it. Bail. Welcome back. Let's begin. In Avernus, awaiting the arrival of a fallen undead Deva, you all take stock, you all make plans, say what's been on your minds for a little while, or sit in silence, contemplating what has passed, what is to come. And now, you meet back in the main room as there seems to be a bit of a fuss going on as we begin to see some of the ghosts flitting back and forth, and eventually you hear that stone door. Then silence, and then the undead Deva, right hand of, well, not quite the exact right hand of Zariel, but one of Zariel's henchmen, walking forward, Nishida, stands before you, looking pretty wrecked. She's an undead Deva. The feathers are rotten and blackened in places, skeletons sticking through in other places. She's rough, and yet there's still a hint of the celestial beauty just hanging on her, and the resemblance is uncanny with Darmita. Same shape, face, same height. Those who've seen Darmita, even very similar wings, and she's with you.
I came as quick as I could. All right. Is this it then? Is this everyone?
I remember me,
You.
the guy who killed you.
I do recall a certain mall slamming into my...
Oh, that's you!
Yeah, I just
Well,
didn't want to be awkward about it.
mission not accomplished. Anyway. Are we ready? Are we really going to stand against... And... Wait, what is he doing here?
And she points over towards Scrix, who's like hanging out in the corner, trying to pet and catch the tessrum that little Felice's little cat familiar thing. And it flaps away and it's running along.
Hey, come on, just one little bite.
Oh, not you two now either. I have enough trouble trying to get Berman to not eat you. Come on. Back.
All right.
Am I back in the room with them, or
Yeah.
am I still just alone
You
with...
step out and you heard her and Ben Koom talking.
Okay.
You step out of the little side chamber.
Then I'm gonna just kind of... sort of gently slap Scrix on the back of the head.
Okay.
Stay in line.
I wouldn't dream of anything else.
All right. What do you want to do? Do you want her to...
The weapon of choice. We're looking for it.
At that point, I'll kind of hush everybody and give her a look to do her...
Oh, that... Yeah. She.
Oh, sorry, wrong voice. It's all right. Rented lips. To quote Rob Williams. All right. So she spends a few seconds and takes a deep breath and goes, and raises one of her hands and it arcs across, and this ever so slight shimmer just pulses out through the kind of filling the halls as these little sparkles that are hanging in the air around. Just
That should hold prying ears for the moment. Those from without. Let's be cautious to not overshare. You lived up to your end of the deal, and I do owe you a certain location. I will tell it. I will point it out to anyone who needs to know. As to dear Lulu, it will take some time to raise him. And once I do, let's just say it's unlikely I'll be welcomed back into the legions of hell. So this had better count.
Is that what you want?
Then. Yeah. I'll ask for the map from Henrietta to have her pointed out.
I'll pass it over.
Alright, Fenris. Oh, that's really quiet. I don't know what happened. There, fix that. Alright, Fenris. Here, nestled between these two, this volcano and this mountain, and the northern ridge. Right there.
And she points out a spot just for you to see. And kind of, she makes a point not to show the others. And she whispers in Fenris's ear.
I sincerely hope you are prepared for this. I also hope you didn't sell my daughter to Belle.
That is not happening.
Good. See that it doesn't. Alright. It will take me an hour, maybe a little longer, to raise Lulu. We'll follow along. It's best if we do it here. But you could start heading for your destination if you wish. I can follow along as soon as Lulu is up and meet you there. That might buy a little bit of extra time. I don't really know what will happen when Zariel knows that I am turned.
So as she's kind of, or she's about to exit, I don't know if I have all the rods. I'm sure I have at least one of them. But I'm gonna let her take a scan. To say,
okay. So you show the rods, the adamantine rods to
not in a way that Script can't see it because he doesn't know.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Interesting. Can I get you to roll a D100 for me?
Okay. $24.
24. She looked at them for a few seconds, almost well, hold on one sec.
And what do you think that is?
She asks you.
Mean to control something that could help us to help a certain place exit.
And who knows that you have that? If it is what I think it is, and you have more of them.
Yes. Yes.
9?
And yes. And person definitely does not know.
Huh. Well then. This may... Huh. Well done, boy. I see my daughter has found good company.
We may... She stands back, kind of done, kind of telling you what you need to know. And she's clearly thinking carefully about what she just saw. And she's trying to put the pieces together. But she doesn't quite know exactly what to do with all that at the moment. But it's beginning. You can see the wheels are turning. All right. So, up next, she goes into talks to Darmida and tells her basically the same thing. You've all heard. It'll take about an hour. It takes a little while to communicate this because she doesn't want to speak too openly in front of Scrix. But it'll take about an hour to resurrect Lulu. But you now know the location of where you are headed. So, if you're careful, that might be... it's pretty far, but that might be a good thing to be on the move. Or you can wait until she's ready to travel with you. The choice is yours.
Well, one of the things that Darmida's been thinking about is timing. And this is going to kind of be one of those situations where it's boom, boom, kapow.
Right.
So, keeping in mind, we're not all at full power.
No. So you could wait if you want.
We want to proceed.
I'm at full power. I got full.
Always at full power.
I'm talking not just of health. I'm talking of other means as well. Resources.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. You guys
our
just
resource economy this last week has been...
Oh, believe you.
You do have time. You don't have to start the resurrection. But once you do, it's kind
we have to make a move.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I want to bring it up now to Fenris.
We have most of my power except for my big spell.
It's no problem.
Me too.
Well, if you want to take a long rest, Darmida can wait. Or Nashida can wait. That's about totally
fine. Like a tug at like, I don't know what she's wearing, but like whatever sort of like garment she's wearing, there's like a tug at it, and she looks down, sees Felice, like, hello, Nashida, was it? I have some questions about where we're going.
Yes, little one?
Well, I have a few ways of getting there that I would love to experiment with if it's possible. Do you know the location well enough to find... Well, I know that they're few and far between down here, but you don't have no trees. Do you have anything that maybe is... that you could point out in the area?
I could. You want a tree? Most of them haven't grown or been green in centuries, but there are a few little spots, garden, oases. I know of 2.
Well, if that is, if the one is close enough to us and one is close enough to our destination, that would be very good if you could show them to me in any sort of way. I don't know if you have such capabilities to share memories.
And there's a
little burst of telepathy kind of beamed into your head, so you can see pictures as she's sharing them with you. Most of them are truly terrifying. You will have nightmares tonight.
Nice.
All right, so you get the idea that if you go to the Bone Brambles, which is not that far away, there are trees there, and there is an oasis that she points out, which is not too far from Haruman's Hill. Actually, you were actually at an oasis near there. And she points it out on the map.
Depending on how far everything is,
it would definitely cut time off. So if you want to do it, that would do it.
So can I step out of character for a bit and ask you? I don't know. It's weird because I don't know how we'd actually infer distance and compare routes of method. But
well,
I guess we could do both.
Where she? Yeah, you could. If you were to, I'm assuming you say transportation via plants.
Yeah.
So this would get you most of the way across the plains, and then it would be that last little stretch from essentially not far from.
The alternative method
Bell.
would be to wind walk, and it can turn everyone into air, and we can fly there. And that just sounds fun to me. And I guess I could do both.
Either one. It is up to you. They'd probably be pretty similar in timing.
Actually, you can cast the one first because it's non-concentration, lasts 8 hours. So yeah, we could then fly to the Bone Brambles, go through, come back out. Yeah, no, that's the one. Boom.
All right.
So,
nice.
Felice is very excited to get an opportunity. She's been learning new druidic magic in Hell and hasn't been able to use any of it yet because she's been stuck in I mean, they're traveling from place to place in the Wandering Bazaar, but she's still she's doing stuff there. She's not
absolutely
gallivanting across Hell, and she's very excited to try it.
So the rest of them have all been racking their brains trying to figure out, how are we going to? And then you're just I have the way. So you guys, we can do that as a smash cut even. So when you
take the long rest,
okay? So if you take the long rest, then you will pull the trigger, and she'll begin rezzing. You'll get moving.
Yep.
Yeah. So I need to.
All right. Let's jump to that. So the next morning, you have a relatively uncomfortable night laying in the crypts, just hoping that this is not your final resting place. As you are awoken in what you presume is the morning, although there has been no light change, you see Nishida standing there in exactly the same spot she was when you went to sleep in a corner in the crypt. And the only difference now is she's holding an urn, this massive urn. You recognized some of those before, having disturbed a few in your time. As we say, morally ambiguous. So anyway, she's holding one with one hand, just unreal strength on this creature that she is. And she puts it down as she sees you awake, and she says,
"It's morning, or as close as we're going to get to it. It is time. It could take some time for me to catch up. Myself and Lulu will meet you as quick as we can. However, I don't know. That which is celestial tends to attract the worst kinds of infernal and abyssal fiends. And where you're going has long been scabbed over. They call it the Scab. The infernal plane reaching up as almost an armor festering wound in the plane. And it is crawling with all kinds of demonic or devilish. They fight over it. So, I don't like the idea of sending you alone.
I thought this place was hidden. Is that not?
It is hidden, but there are those who stumble upon it, as many locations here, as an item of curiosity, and it has a whiff of the celestial. And as such, people don't know what is inside. But you will find things there trying to get in. I would know if they have breached it. They have not, but not for want of trying. So, if you would, I would send one of my own with you.
Sure.
I trust them. They fought with me on the way to hell, through it, and best of all, they are promised not to Zariel.
That would have been my question.
Here.
And she puts down this massive urn with this resounding boom.
Being my own, I don't think Zariel will be able to tell. Arise.
And she turns and whispers over this urn, just in this cadre of various languages. Arise, arise, promised one.
Come back to me. Arise.
And first the hands, then the head covered in dust and ash presses up through this large urn. This thing is, almost of 2 feet in diameter. Up, crawling out of these ashes, assembling and just kind of stretching out, is this being, a human by the look of things, but there's something animalistic about them. A male, and stands tall, and then right now naked, but then after a nod, greets the former commander and begins to find equipment on the walls and ready themselves. Kootenai, welcome to the stream.
Female.
I'm sorry. I misspoke. I didn't catch that slightly pertinent detail. All right, welcome to the stream. Sorry it took a little while to get in on there. We're making some plans. All right, so you now meet. Do you want to describe for us there, Kootenai? Or Donnie?
My name is Velvet. I'm a Hengayakai. I am old Oriental adventures. I go into wolf form. I have 3 forms of it. I can go full human, with 2 exceptions. As in human form, my eyes are of canine form, and I have a tail that I cannot hide. I can go half and half. My upper torso is in human form. My lower half is in wolf form. Or I can go full-fledged winter wolf.
And you've all seen this as this being kind of readied themselves from a long rest from within this urn. So you now have a new companion with you. All right, now we're going to smash cut, because Carl's got to hit stuff tonight. All right, smash cut. All together now. You are on your way for the Sword of Zariel.
Did we get the long rest?
Yep, you can go ahead and
With
click
the
that.
smash cut?
Smash cut. 20 or however long later, 10 hours later, let's say.
Yeah.
Your mom is beginning. She'll give you as long as she can, but she's gonna give you a little while. You end up that next day, starting off on infernal machines, going to the bone brambles, where you then abandon your infernal machines.
Wait.
Okay, Darcy.
In the morning, when we're meeting, Velvet, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Felice is very busying herself. She's spent some time communing with the area around her to prepare her spells, because she didn't have teleportation plans prepared. And then we see her light a bonfire, just sort of like throwing her hands. And then she pulls out a little flask of holy water, which I assume I don't have all my holy water still, but I looked at my character sheet and I had like a ton of holy water
Yeah,
for some reason.
stocked up. underneath El Terrell.
And that's one of the mature components, turns out. And pour that into the fire, and as the steam comes out, it's like weird holy water fire steam. Everyone breathes it in, and we are imbued with Windwalk. You can take 1 minute to turn into a sort of a wind form, and while in your wind form, you can move at, I think it's 300 feet around.
Yeah, it's real quick.
Without dashing, so like more than that. And then as another minute, you can go back, and you can go back and forth as much as you want. It just takes a minute each time. And then we're like, all right, to the bone brambles.
All right. Then
so we don't need to bring the machines.
No. So you take them as far as the bone brambles if you want, or you can leave them here. It's your choice.
Yeah, I wanted to leave them here. If people disagree with that plan, that's fine. That was what police wanted.
So you do wind walk to the bone brambles. You get there. You see. You have to keep each other in sight, but you see Felice become this corporeal again at the base of this large tree. Then she casts another spell in front of this massive tree, keeping in mind that which was shared by Zariel. The tree begins to and tear, and rather than what's on the other side, the tops of the branches still do touch, like where they fork, but there's this large opening, and you can all go through it. And on the other side is a different landscape. You're looking out over the sticks, and you are now much, much closer to destination. After a few moments, just kind of orienting yourselves, you hear something behind you, and you turn around and you see these these silk robes, red robes wrapped around this beautiful feminine form as the succubus comes out of the church where you once slept, standing next to this massive tree that was once part of the beautiful plain of Avernus before it was hell. And she looks at you all and says,
Well, good luck. Fenris, you seem busy, but you're always welcome back. Believe me, if you survive, look me up.
We're on a bit of a schedule, dear. Sorry.
And with that, you turn back into wind form, and this time it's actually Velvet that takes the lead. Velvet, you've been to what you called the Scab before. Nishida never really told you what it was you were scouting, but you've been here before as part of a hunting party for demons that sometimes sweep across the land.
That's what Ares sent me here for.
Exactly. And you guide them right to it, along with Fenris, looking at the map when needed, but you lead them across. After you zip across the plains and across some mountains and past the sticks just hovering as the water's just below you, you see ahead this mound, this festering wound just pulsing red and black and brown on the plain. A great, disgusting scab the size of a massive hill rises up from a stinking swamp of blood. The domed top of the alabaster temple pokes out through the very top of the scab. Many black iron chains of Avernus converge near this building, attaching within the grotesque, pulsing mound. The exposed portions of the bleeding citadel, impenetrable, indestructible, a curiosity on the plains for most, but the resting place, as you know, of the sword of Zariel. You see before you this hill, and it looks like this massive climb, 300 feet high, the lower half, maybe more, covered in this scab that's as hard as rock. You see these little ant-like creatures roaming about in little packs here and there. Demons picking away at the scab, burrowing, digging. The upper part, the upper 200 feet, is newer, softer, weeping wounds. This part of the scab is more spongy. You can tell at a distance it's softer. And up at this distance, it's a hard climb, so not very many things are up on the top. You could enter the scab. The most obvious way is through the top. You could climb or just windwalk your way up there. Once you get there, you find yourselves looking at this festering wound just about maybe 50 feet before it turns into this alabaster, just pure white stone, no seams or anything. It looks like it was grown out of the plane. You see a gaping wound near the top that forms a tunnel descending in down towards the base of where these towers and temples would be on a diagonal. You've entered the scab.
Do I notice any other types of creatures around here?
Do a perception check for me. And someone else can.
Okay.
Or give.
I need your help. Need your help, Bella.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go into your character sheet.
Oh, wait a second. Let me pop open share screen.
Oh, you don't have to share screen.
No? Okay.
No.
Just switch over to it?
Yeah, just go into another window into your character sheet and scroll down to your perception. You're going to click on the perception and then scroll up. Have you enabled your Beyond 20 yet? If not, that's okay. You can roll in the D&D Beyond.
All right, I'm going to need a marching order while they sort
that
out. Yeah.
I don't see perception.
Under skills.
It should be in your skills list, so it should be the second long column over, and then go all the way down. So just click on it, and then on the right, it'll open up a new screen on the right, and you'll have to scroll up a little bit, and then it'll say roll it. If you've done it, if you've activated Beyond 20, it'll go into the...
If it's working, you could also roll for him and just take the base die rolls, and he can add the modifiers.
Okay, actually, I have his character sheet, so...
Not this one, you don't. Oh, you might.
If it's in the campaign, I have it, yeah.
All right, I add my bonus to it as well?
Yep.
It'd be a 21 then.
21, nice. Okay, so on the way in, you picked up a few roving... It looks like internet. I would love to have that evil name. It looks like there are several bulzos, these weird, almost goat-like, strange creatures. You do know from previous experience there was a hag who laired here named Yiggleblight, but you haven't seen her in some time. So you know about those two, and you see these 5 creatures kind of crawl in through this one hole. All right. Let's dive in. And can everybody, or most of you, can see the map?
What type of creature is she?
She's a night hag, but you haven't seen her yet.
Fiend?
But you know she's here.
Fiend?
She is a fiend, yeah.
Okay.
All right. You see these tunnels extending down. It forks in 3 directions just beyond the entrance. I'm going to need a marching order, please.
My guess is Darmida would be right up in front as the kind of...
And since I've been here
terrain
before,
person.
I might as well go with you.
Okay. Yep, that's fair. So
Is there
Darmida...
somewhere obvious that we're heading and we can just go there, still windwalk? Or if we landed somewhere and been like, okay, we need to talk about this, where are we going?
These tunnels within, although Velvet has been
so
to the outside...
the mouth of the scab. Got it. Cool, that makes sense.
So, and they're also changing all the time. Part of the scab might break open and it might heal apart, and then other parts, the demons or devils might burrow in. It's hard to tell. It's a bit of a maze within. All right, so you are just within the tunnel here.
I'm going to try something if I can.
Sure.
Henrietta is going to walk forward once we've all like recorporealized, and put a hand on her shield and try to locate object on the sword that she once held herself in a dream.
Ooh, okay. What is the range on that?
I think it's 1,000 feet. It's not probably enough, but it might be.
For locate object, it's 1,000 feet.
You concentrate on your shield, and I need you to do a D100 roll for me, Darcy.
Sure.
Can I do?
I'm gonna check my find a path just because I might as well. No, don't get it. Cool.
Of course.
Can I do something to bolster that before we know what's going on?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Would you allow me, because I also have locate object?
Okay. So you'd like to basically aid? You'll both have to put in the spell slot, though. But you can...
That's fine.
Okay. Sure. You can do it with advantage.
Second level.
How'd you do there, Darcy?
I got a 60 in my D100. I only rolled 1. Was I supposed to roll 2 for advantage?
Nope, that's fine. I would like... okay. So, you concentrate for a second, just wondering if this will work. And just... You touch the holy symbol emblazoned on your shield. And just... And this... it doesn't make any noise, but it's almost like an echolocation. Just pulse of silent, invisible energy. Just... It stretches out from you. And after a few seconds, you start to lose hope. No. It must not be... It's far. But it's within 1,000 feet.
Ooh.
It is...
But only give you direction.
Almost directly perpendicular... Not perpendicular, sorry. Almost directly on the diagonal. And it's... You get a distance as well. In the bottom right-hand corner of this map. And the distance is about 600 feet.
This direction is what you're saying?
Directly in the direction of the bottom right corner.
Cool.
Can't see no map.
I'll see what I can do about that, but in a bit.
That's later times.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to keep my eye open for this hag that you were telling me about. I have purpose for her.
Fair enough. All right.
I see no reason to make any commotion. If we head in that direction, we should get there.
All right, can I get everybody to do a stealth check for me, please?
Well, I'm saying we should go as air. The question is, do we all agree? Because we need to stick together, right? Like, we're going to lose each other otherwise. We're basically invisible. We're air.
If we still have the ability, I think it's way smarter to just
last 8 hours.
Fast,
all right.
Invisibly.
Yeah.
You could easily lose track of each other, so I'm gonna need a perception check from everyone.
Okay.
I thought you said stealth.
Well,
all right.
We'll deal with that in a second too.
Perception.
All right.
I'm using a luck.
But why?
Oh boy.
That 2 doesn't do it for you? What is a 2 not good enough?
I didn't want to blow a luck on this stupid ass.
I should have cleared which these 2 it was. That's just, I didn't denote it properly.
I got a 15.
All right. So the Darcy.
My first roll was Henrietta, and she really isn't.
No, she knows where to go.
Going to the place and
in order to keep track of others.
And the 21 is Felice.
Sure. And Valerie.
Oh boy.
18.
Oh boy.
Nice. Gordon? Or sorry, Fenris? 14?
14. Yeah.
Okay.
Darmida.
And Darmida with 4.
Hello, Darmida. Just lay a hand on me.
Problem is you're all wind.
I'm in wolf form.
All right, so
did Darmida also cast the spell?
She did. So
I did.
Here's what happens. You begin to just as mist, as these strange, almost non-corporeal beasts just zipping through, almost in the perfect line, just boom, boom, passing by at about this point, almost at the speed of thought. You see, Darmida especially, sees a whole bunch of these little demonic creatures, dretches, digging away at this one. You kind of come into this one section. It's been tunneled and opened up in this large mound, and these dretches are just pounding away on this almost rock hard. If you didn't know better, you would think it was stone, but it's this what was once a festering wound hardened into rock hard scab. You get a little distracted at that point, and Darmida gets separated as she slows down, noticing this. Felice, you notice that the form that was Darmida didn't continue, but Henrietta is hell-bent, so to speak, on getting to the destination. So Henrietta appears in this last chamber. It's a massive, with this stalactites. What's the one from the ceiling? I always get that mixed up.
Stalactites.
Yeah, these stalactites dangling from the ceiling of this chamber, and you can see this wall of this white stone with this massive gate opened in there, and you see this collection of these various demons, Bulzaus and then Nafeshni, I think I'm saying that right, just taking turns, just pounding on this door, and then waving over, trying various magics on this massive door. You also, so where did, wow, way back there. Okay, Valerie, right in there, and just appears next to, where, hold on, next to, well, you see this giant scab, and with your perception check of 18, you can tell there is something contained just inside the scab wall, where you look at it and it's almost translucent, and you see something for a second, and then this massive eye just opens up on the other side of this little of this, good 5 foot thick layer of stone, stone-like scab being chipped away by this dretch. So that's right where you are there, Valerie. And you can see something moving on the other side. It's this massive, massive creature on the other side. With 21, Felice, you also see this massive creature. Fenris, with your 14.
Valerie is? Okay. Just say if I'm following.
Wait, this...
did Sorry to interrupt.
That's okay.
Did Darmida veer off down the other hall, or just get stuck here?
She
I'll
veered
sniff her
off
out.
the wrong way, thinking, oh, I'll go around that and see. So she ends up a little bit over here. Meanwhile, I'll just move these guys over. You had no problem. Ben Kumsar, what was yours again? Oh, 24. Oh, yeah. You see...
Police will go follow to keep an eye on.
Sure thing. So, the 5 of you, so Fenris, Valerie, Ben Kum, Velvet, and Henrietta all head down the one passage, but Felice and Darmida end up going down the wrong way. Felice only because she managed to spot Darmida going the wrong way. Ben Kum, actually, you had a choice because you could see both of them. Do you want to follow Darmida or go with Fenris?
I will do my best to make sure Ben Kum's character sticks with Darmida so that they can easily make narrative decisions should I have to my lead.
I was right alongside of her, so I would have seen her go in that direction. And as a wolf, I'm going to be able to smell her scent.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. So would you rather go with Darmida or Henrietta?
I'm going to make sure she doesn't get lost.
All right. You were sent by her mom, after all. So off you go. We've split the party. I've accomplished my goal. So we got 4 on one side, 3 on the other. And I'm just going to... Henrietta's just in the entrance to that next chamber there. And Fenris and Valerie have noticed this massive creature hidden inside the rock. All right.
Good luck.
What do you want to do?
Let me change those. Okay.
Well,
Cool.
we got lost where we were at. What do we do? What do we see?
So, Darmida, you begin to try to press your way through, and it's it's a good thing you're wind form. You just passed, and you see the chamber opens up ahead of you, and in front of you, Darmida, and the rest of the Darmita crew, you see these creatures ahead. You can hear them. There's a massive... Wait, hold on. That's the wrong thing. Nope, that's the right thing. Okay, so in this corner, you see in the middle, on the far side, from where your current perspective is, you, Darmida, and the rest of you see, pardon me, a 9-foot-tall statue of a hulking biped with clawed hands and feet, and it stands on the floor of the chamber. Several vulture-like demons, but massive, and a handful of gnolls all cackle and dance around this statue. Entering in here, they would see you, which means you would have to basically pause, or they would at least get attacks of opportunity on you.
They see wind form.
Currently, yes.
Yeah, they could.
They can still hit you.
Yeah, that's true.
But they can't do damage with non-magical items. But what's the odds they don't have non-magical?
Okay, we're in hell.
So
pretty high. Very few things do. But you make a good point about being able to hit people. So as Felice, I'm going to try and grab Darmida and sort of just like, I assume we can't speak. It doesn't say we can't in the spell, but that just feels correct to me. So I'm trying to like nudge and pull and be like,
all right. So Felice is tugging at your arm, and Darmida's taking stock of the 5 Vroks kind of pressed into this small chamber in front of you. It's only about 40 feet across, irregular shape, and they seem to be worshiping at the foot of or dancing around some kind of terrible, almost gnoll-like creature statue.
So can I, because I did cast my locate as well.
Yep.
And not sure because Darcy didn't do the D20, like the advantage. So I'm
I rolled a D100, so I don't mention.
Or D100,
yeah.
Sorry, yeah. So would I be able to kind of figure out?
You can sense exactly where the sword is,
and we're not going that way.
And actually, you are. It's directly in the direction I'm pinging, but it's pivoted ever.
I can't see.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I'm in another window.
Directly due southeast, basically, from where you are, directly towards the corner of the map. And at this point, it's probably only about 300 feet away. Maybe a little less. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see the exit to this chamber that you want to go through, but there's a whole bunch of rocks waiting for you in between. Not waiting, but like dancing around that would probably notice you go through.
They would notice us go through.
And
okay. So in this form, because I don't know this spell, Windwalk.
Not super clear. It doesn't say like replace your statistics, or it says you can't take actions other than dash and turn back into a normal person.
And that takes a minute.
So then we can't. That would mean we can't cast a spell.
No, you can't cast a spell. No.
All right.
I mean, we can find a spot where there is nobody, and we can take a minute and change back if we need to.
I say we go back to here. Windwalk back to here. change back and
All right. Sure.
then I would suggest we use pass with. I don't know.
Sure,
I don't know if
absolutely.
that would even work in this.
All right.
How dark is it in?
Yeah, so
it
if you pull back, right, like the direction
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull you as Felice, and I see you start to like revert, then she will as well, so that then you can communicate
Yeah.
and we can talk about it.
Absolutely. The
Yeah.
rest of Ben Kum
Yeah.
also sees and starts converting back as well.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have I can't actually move Ben Kum.
Oh, I'll switch that in just a
Token?
sec.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's in the same
So-
room with you, converting, concentrating. Be solid. Drop the solid. You can hear this strange ethereal muttering as he concentrates on becoming corporeal again.
Yeah.
We try and pull back before we do that.
Of
But
course.
it's gonna take a minute.
Yep.
What's going on in the other hall? You said that we saw something like in
Sure
the
thing.
wall, not in the like chamber we're heading to, but like in
All
the
right.
wall.
So just prior to the chamber you're going to, Fellery, Fenris, and Henrietta all spot. Henrietta's drawn like a lure straight
Yeah, I'm not
towards
paying
this
attention to
door.
anything else.
But Fenris and Fellery both see through this weaker section, this narrow section right along this side of the wall is almost translucent, and in like a clear kind of pussy, semi-translucent scab that's hardened into rock, and you can see this massive creature, this bulbous eye, and these teeth, just row upon row of toothy maw. That's right, I said it, and I say it unapologetically.
You sound unapologetic.
A toothy maw is a good maw. All right, so you see that through the wall, and it's just like it's bigger than any demon you've seen. It is shocking how big that and dangerous looking that thing is. All right,
It's sealed behind that wall.
it appears to be, and the dretches are busy trying to chip it out.
Henrietta's trying to find she's trying to get close, and she's gonna be wary of things that might be able to notice her. But she's trying to find a spot that is basically she's trying to find full cover to
Begin to revert.
Well, the idea that we want to group back, regroup and
Sure.
figure out what the next step is.
Your best bet is that
I
little.
have eyes on the thing. I don't really see it. I guess I try and get closer so I can see it because you've given us this very nice vision. So I'm going to just sort of keep going.
You go
until
wisping
something kills
forward
me.
through the dark, just that pull of the lure of that location. You can feel the sword of Zariel within 100 feet right now. And then in the dim light, you see these demonic shapes, these Belzaus, and you see this massive, almost boar-like Nalfeshni directing them.
Okay.
I don't know that you can understand Abyssal.
Henrietta doesn't know any of the
And
lower languages.
Fortunately, you can fly, so you're like, woo, and you go, and you're hovering up next to this massive stalactite dangling down, and you realize, oh, this is blood. This is dripping, and it is a giant blood icicle hanging from the ceiling. And
Right,
these
of course.
things are swarming over this entrance. And it's these double brass doors stand in an exposed wall of the Scab. A relief image on the door depicts a blindfolded angel wielding a sword, and carved into the doorframe are these beautiful gold inlaid runes. Probably about 6 or 7 goat-headed demons with barbed tails are busy throwing themselves against this door in this fury, and a corpulent ape or boar-like fiend with tusks and tiny little wings kicks at them, roaring commands in Abyssal. They don't appear to have noticed you, at least not at the moment.
Right, yeah, I'm ceiling-wise as opposed to where I physically
And it
look
is
like
big.
this.
It goes
There's
up
no
about 80
Z-axis.
feet, 60 feet. Yeah, it's about 60
Cool.
feet up. at the very top.
I don't know how to proceed there. I didn't expect them to be trying to get through that door. That's okay.
Right.
Cool.
What do you want to do?
So she's trying. She's gonna try and find like a spot that looks to be safe-ish, because I don't think that we can just scoot on in.
Yeah.
At the time.
There's
so
a
maybe I'll
tunnel.
go check out over here. There seems to be some sort of tunnel.
Yep. You start heading towards that tunnel, and after a few seconds, you can hear as these maddened, weird-looking gnolls just appear to be scrambling around in there. And it almost looks like they're pulsing and dancing and writhing, and just bashing into each other. It's like a mosh pit in a tunnel.
Okay, not that way. So I think I just sort of circle back to the initial tunnel.
Yep.
And like feel like that's the safest spot.
And-
I don't know what everyone
and
else
as
did in
you
that
approach,
moment.
you
Sorry
see
to like
Fenris.
grab that. I don't know if everyone just sort of stood there, but I
Yeah, you can see Fenris there, and Valerie a little bit, just wispy shapes. The Dretch fortunately did not notice you pass.
Yeah, I'm to change back.
All right, so you go into this narrow little passage, and hope to God none of these Dretches come this way in the next minute as you concentrate and begin to become corporal again,
cool.
so to speak.
Which means the other party would finish first.
Yep. All right, let's jump back. All right. Meanwhile,
All right,
tucked in a little
Question
passage-
for you, quick, Todd.
Yeah, what's up?
When I come into the winter wolf, do you want me to use the winter wolf in the monster manual?
Sure. Yeah, if you want.
Okay,
All right.
so I got to use the new stats.
Absolutely. Are you in wolf form when you rematerialize?
That's what I was to begin with.
I'm gonna give you the old dire wolf.
Oh.
It's gonna be mildly confusing. It's a tight squeeze in here as a winter
Yeah.
wolf. I'm just
it
letting you
is.
know. Between you and Ben Coombe, you pretty much fill this small room. And then behind you is Darmida, and I'm just gonna put you in the wall here. And Felice a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we managed to get in talking range again, Felice is like,
You're
"You
back.
probably want to go the other way. There was a different path. They both.
Shh. Please. You need to be quiet, okay?
I'm trying
It's
to be
very
quiet.
dangerous.
We're not alone here.
I know that. That's why I'm saying go the other way. Let's go.
Well, we may not have a choice. What we
Alright.
need is right there.
Everyone went the other way.
You look around and you can't see Fenris, you can't see Valerie, you can't see Henrietta. They don't appear to have. You're not sure where they are. Ben
But
Coombe.
we can hear them.
No, you can't hear them, but Ben
Oh.
Coombe can hear something. He's like, wait, I hear something. And he puts his ear against the rock.
What's he here? Should I roll a perception?
Sure.
$14.
He hears an incredibly low, rumbling, deep, big thing on the far side of this rock. And as he's putting his head next to it, the rest of you can see, Velvet especially, sees Ben Coombe's head right above it. There's this massive foot that just, with these talons that are all about half the size of him, and he's a Goliath. And you can just hear this thing growling and breathing on the far side.
Shit. We gotta get out of here.
We're not in Kansas anymore, Turtle.
Oh, Jesus. Luckily.
Now, there's plenty of noise coming from these rocks, which are busy like, "Ah," and all these gnolls, which are just pressing. And at this point, one of the gnolls gets shoved back into the entrance, and Ben Coombe just gets hit by him on the arm, and he just shoves the gnoll back, and it doesn't even look at him. It's just like, "Ah," and just keeps going in this mad, weird orgy mosh pit gnoll dance with these massive rocks shouldering their ways around as well.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us.
Okay.
And basically say, listen, stay on the edges of the walls. We have to get around. We can't get through these things. Fucking hell.
It is really tight in there.
We could
They
become
are
gods again.
pressed. They all seem to be like pressing themselves or dancing right
How
up
high's
next
the
to this
ceiling?
little...
Well, now that we have the... Can we become mist again?
Yeah, we can go back and forth as much time as we want. It just takes a minute each time.
And we have the Pass Without Trace if once we
You
go
can have
into that
both.
mist.
Yeah, you can't cast a spell, but you can maintain it.
Yep, you
Okay.
can
We
try.
stick together though because of the
That's-
AoE of cast.
We gotta try to do that.
Okay. So you begin to
It's gonna take you some
concentrate.
time.
The
60 seconds.
Ben Coombe, if he's spotted by these gnolls, a bald, massive Goliath does not resemble a gnoll at all.
Yeah, I mean, I figured we were back like here, but
Yeah, I thought
for
we
a
had
while.
pulled him back.
You didn't move
It's-
him,
So,
so he's there
Darmida,
again.
you pull him
I-
a little bit further back. And
Yeah,
he
I just
squeezes
can't
by
move his
the
character.
winter wolf, which at least it's furry. And so what ends up happening is a few of the gnolls come into the room and start just shoving and laughing and hyenaing, and they're intense, and they take a good long look at Velvet, who is kneeling there in wolf form, and it's dim in here, and they take a look at Velvet. Can I get you to roll a deception check for me, Velvet?
Passive deception.
Ooh.
Uh,
16.
16 beats their 13. A few of them gibber at you and yelp and laugh and smack you and just howl and then turn back at each other. They think you're some kind of dog-like creature, not unlike themselves. You're some kind of wolf-type creature. They don't seem to perceive you as a threat, just another strange being here. And they turn, and a few of them walk away, but a few of them, there's one or two stay in the room. But the rest of them, and you're blocking the path behind over to Darmida and the rest, who are
I'm
pressed
going to
up
snarl
against
at them.
and they snarl back, and one of them slaps the other one, and then they start dancing, and they're just they're worked into this drunken frenzy. Nice. They're definitely on a bender, as it were. Okay.
Well,
So-
they might be, based on what we've seen, Darmida's kind of banking on they're a little out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So she's really hoping that we can get past this.
Absolutely.
Seems reasonable.
They
All right.
have no sense of direction.
So as you are concentrating, let's jump back to the other group. Valerie, Fenris, and Henrietta. What do you want to do?
Which ones stayed in, which ones go?
All right, there's back there's looks like our destination, but wait, where are the others? Did they?
Split up. We need to find the others before we go forward.
Agreed. I need to balance my voices.
Valerie,
Agreed.
are you able
Yeah.
to go invisible and backtrack a bit and try to locate the others?
Yeah, you can do that. So, I will use
Alright.
my action.
When we got separated, we were in a rather larger chamber, correct?
Yep. It was
Mhm.
forking and in the 300 speed motion, you ended up going their different ways.
I'm gonna work. I'm gonna edge Darmida and who else is with us back to that direction.
You can
I was
circle around.
trying that, and the answer was no. I don't want to go backwards for some reason. So, good luck, I guess.
She
Well,
really
we were trapped. We have to go back.
feels that it's just beyond that other. If they
Yeah,
can, if
she
you can
wants to
just
go
sneak
forward.
past,
Armida wants to go, so she wants us to sneak through.
and at the moment you're the cork in the bottle, keeping the gnolls from noticing the others. If you want to press past them, you can.
I'll press slowly with it then.
All right. The rest of
You
them are
have
busy
time getting
concentrating.
through without becoming air anyway, just because of your size.
Yeah.
If
So
you
you,
become a normal person. I don't know how fast that takes.
you're able to transform back into human form pretty easily, yeah?
At will, yes.
Okay. So you're going to need to do that and then start concentrating for 1 minute.
I'm smaller in wolf form.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I thought you were big.
I'm a winter wolf.
Oh, I see. Sorry. I'm a little off on. I have a dire
You said a
wolf
winter
mini.
wolf, and a winter wolf
They're-
is
They're
large.
about the same size. They're the same size as I am in human form.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
I was
I'm
using the
medium.
wrong mini.
So,
Yeah, I'm in a medium size.
There you go.
In,
There you
in either way.
There you go. So
okay.
you can
That wasn't
start
clear.
concentrating, and after a minute, you guys, I'm assuming, are going with the go fart and hope nobody notices. All right, Valerie,
Yeah,
do
we
a
have
stealth
half of
check
that
for
trace
me.
on. We're trying to be all.
All right. Stealth it is.
Ooh. Oh, and you have advantage because you can be invisible.
All right.
Whoa!
It's a 30.
Nice.
Damn.
Rolling
All right.
a 16 plus 14.
You're feeling pretty confident, my friend, about not being noticed by these. I mean, let's be honest, they're dretches. They are the dumbest of the abyssal creatures, as they're just there for labor. All right, you see all these digging demons. Here where you are, the scab transitions from being soft and spongy to hard as rock. You see around you about 10 snarling demons back up the hall from whence you came, covered in matted gray fur. They claw and bite at these scrabbly, hard floors. A demon made of shadow flies over the smaller fiends, screaming at them in abyssal. So you see this other shadow demon as you get between these other two, and it just kind of pokes its head around the corner. It is no stupid dretch. It doesn't see you yet, but if you try to go this way, it might, as you try to backtrack to find where the others went. You can also do other tricks if you want to. It's quite dark in here. Thankfully, you've got goggles, so you can see in the dark. Valerie, what do you want to do?
I can also teleport 60 feet to another location with dim light, so...
Well, that's pretty much anywhere in here. So, anywhere that you see, you can go ahead and teleport to.
I'll teleport behind the shadow demon that was just there.
Sure. You
Okay.
literally go right behind it, because it's a corner, and you're just like against the wall, and it's just
Not stable.
as he's yelling at these things in abyssal, and you're just against the wall in the shadows. What everyone else sees is just you just against the wall in amongst the shadows. And you can do it again if you want to and be out of here. Or you could have this thing dead to rights if you want it. It does not see you.
No, I want to go and see where the rest of the compatriots are, so...
All right, there's two possible ways that you're pretty sure you came in from the little tunnel that winds up to the north. There's another one branching off to the west from where you are. You're on the east side of this small chamber.
I'll go on the east side.
All right, you bamf over here just to get a good distance from these dretches, and as you turn, that shadow demon, or as you bamf, the shadow demon turns and just right past that wall where you were pressed up against just seconds ago. You're now in a larger chamber and for a few seconds you're like, oh no, they're lost in some kind of... And then you see Ben Coom. You see him crouched in a corner being like, come on, gotta pass this gas. Gotta pass this gas. As he's muttering away to himself. So you see him on the bottom end of this one chamber, the south end, and you take a few seconds and what do you want to do? He doesn't see you yet.
I'll approach him and let him know where we're at in the other chamber there.
He almost takes a swing at you before, as he digs for his maul, and you come up stepping out of the darkness. Just
He cannot be surprised.
oh, never mind. He's like, I'm trying to pass his gas. You all see Valerie now, so you can talk. You have about 30 more seconds of concentrating to become.
So Valerie is not in a gaseous state?
Nope.
That's right.
Okay. We are going to try to go back into a gaseous state. Like I'm whispering this.
Yeah,
like
of course.
I'm in stage whisper. And I point the direction. Where are the others? We need to get that sword, and I'll basically, in short form, tell Valerie our plan to try to get past these rock. No, they're not rocks. Brogs.
Route.
All right.
We still go through. If you could lead us back, then it is not a problem. Either way.
It's up to you. What do you want to do? Do you want to join them in their trip across, or are you going to go back to Fenris and Henrietta? Or are you going to beat the hell out of these gnolls?
That is a very desirable outcome. However, you don't want to split the party.
Yeah, we want to get back together.
So if the intent is to get the weapon, then I'll probably just go back to Fenris and Henrietta, just let them know where they are, and figure out a way essentially to join both parties together.
All right. So after some time, the rest of you become
There's a tunnel down
smoke,
south.
and you can follow the Aarakocra back to this little staging ground, this little nook, and now it's tight squeeze, but you do manage to reconvene at this northern end of this chamber with the brass doors overlooking this Nalfeshni and the rest of the Bulzao. They're busy just beating on these doors, and there doesn't seem to be having an effect. But these creatures are almost tireless in their fury and their madness. All right. So
Yeah, they don't want that shadow to kick their ass.
okay, so
Are we all reconvened? Fleur, you're back?
I am, yes.
yeah.
All right.
And we still haven't found that hag, right?
No, not yet.
I mean, we're not really looking for a hag.
I am. I have need of her.
Well,
All right.
you haven't seen her yet. The
Right.
Nalfeshni is standing there commanding the Bulzaus. I'm gonna mispronounce that every time this night.
Just decide something and stick with it. Like, it doesn't have to be right as long
Yep.
as it's
Bulzaus.
consistent.
What do you want to do?
I think the sword is beyond that door. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, didn't expect them to be trying for it, honestly.
Well,
How large are the Vrock?
The what?
The Bulzaus and the demons and such.
Well, we were with the Vrock.
Oh,
They
the
were-
rock.
They were the,
You've left
they
them
were the
behind.
small. They were
They're big.
smaller, right? Oh,
They're
they were big,
they're
Brock are
large.
big,
Yeah, they're large.
and they were the ones that were mocking me.
Well, there were gnolls mocking you, and the gnolls and the rock. You've left them kind of behind on the opposite side of this large, unknown thing that's buried in the rock.
Guys,
What do you wanna do?
concentrate. Let's take these out quick. Concentrate on the Nelfashni. Take it out.
You certainly can't let them make any noise.
So we're back in regular form.
Who wanna
Okay.
do? You can be? Yeah.
We would have to be
Take a
if
minute.
we're talking.
Yeah.
If we're talking.
Well, everyone who's spoken, I guess, yeah, that's true. Velvet was speaking.
Okay, so
I think I was supposed to do that.
how? So this is the creature we wanted that Fenris is saying to the rest of us to take out right away.
It's a large, that
Yeah.
one. Yeah, it's the one that's
So-
like a twisted, massive boar.
How dark is it in like
It's pretty dim in
along
here.
the walls?
Yeah, it's quite dim, especially on the ceiling and the walls. If you can fly, that's going to be the most surprise.
Well, there you go. I got some of that, so I'm gonna get those boots a moving.
You click your heels together, and you.
So
wings
I'm going to
flip
coordinate
out.
this with Dermida.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, because I'm just going to the hand motion is I'm going to be right before you unleash. I'm going to try to hold them in place. Okay, it's like a 1-2.
Yeah.
All right.
So
And
Nice.
I will be making sure that he's held before.
or at least
Um,
attempted to.
Who speaks Abyssal? Out of curiosity.
I do.
Oh,
Sure.
I don't. No.
I do.
But Lise.
I do.
So do
Just for
I.
Lise. No.
I
Okay.
don't along me. Yeah.
So you can
And
hear some of what this Nelfeshni is saying, and it's like, hold on one sec.
Yet, you lazy bastards, get me in. There must be something good inside. There must be. No one would build such a treasure holder. Get
So
me
he
something
has no idea. So part of that.
harder.
So part of our coordination, I think Darmida would tell Valerie to do the invisible thing that she does
Mm-hmm.
and to get within striking range of this creature so that and I don't know, nobody else can sneak up the way we can.
I mean, you have to have the trace on. Did you cast Hunter's Mark?
I did, no, I have
Four
not.
of you.
Wait, 4?
Oh,
It's only 4?
that's true. Yeah.
It would be for anybody who's within my vicinity. Wouldn't it be? No?
There's a max to it, I think, but yeah, it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But we
I think
have
it's-
a lot of people too.
It's 6.
so-
We got 6 here. It's all good.
Yeah, I think it's 6.
So you are all extremely stealthy. What do you want to do?
Waiting for Dermida to get into position, and I'm going to get ready with my stuff.
All
If
right.
that path that we saw before, it does actually connect in here, then we might want to see if we can, I don't know, seal that entrance or something, because it could be quite a problem if we make a commotion.
That's fair.
So,
Uh,
good point. Can you raise a wall?
Mm-hmm.
So when I go for it, raise a wall, block it off.
We'll have to get closer for that, but yes.
Okay.
All right,
So yeah.
And
I'm
what
gonna wait
is
for them to get in position.
and
And go ahead, sorry.
Velvet is gonna have to get into position because are you a range or are you up close? Johnny,
Oh,
are
I'm
you
where-
are you
I'm
range or
wherever you are.
close?
I am where I can go either. I
Okay.
prefer distance.
Okay, range fighting. then perfect. If you can attack where you are right now, then perfect.
Nice.
The rest
So-
of us can get into position.
Ben
Right.
positions himself kind of between Darmida and Fenris, or like just in front of Fenris, but not to block a view.
Yeah.
And Valerie, where do you want to be?
Hmm.
You can
Probably-
fly, so you can get up right up in there if you need to.
Yeah, probably right up in here.
Well, technically,
Please just
there's a
move forward a bit.
stalagmite.
So that she has vision back
Sure.
down. She does have like superior dark vision from being Sir Fneblin and all that, so
Yeah.
she should be fine.
So, and you pick out as you sneak forward, and you've got pass without trace and everything, so nothing is triggered yet. I might get everybody do a stealth check for me, just so we know when they know things.
We're in like you described the place as both a fleshy scab and stone.
Points.
Which is it?
It is
'Cause I have
technically
advantage in
hardened.
stone environments.
It is unfortunately not a stone environment.
Okay,
it is
cool.
flesh. It is.
Great.
It is this weeping
Very important
wound in Avernus.
Great.
You are.
please,
You
we gotta push
recall
that.
these legends of this ever bleeding god.
I guess Henrietta also needs to do that.
So don't forget that everybody has a +10.
So Felice
Your
got
Do I have to
Stealth?
roll? I'm just kind of staying still, but
Might as well give it a try. Don't worry, it's an average. It's not going to be like 1-1 ruins everything.
right.
So 29 for Darmida
Woo!
and
26
Ben.
for Valerie.
26 for
Coom.
Faluri.
What are
Rolled
we
a
rolling?
two.
Stealth, please.
Stealth.
30 for Benkum.
Whoa!
Nice.
Ben Coom just
Uh,
does these little.
He's the monster.
He's
I
just,
got a 32.
He blends in with the side of the wall. A 32. Oh damn!
You said I got a +10, right?
Yep. That's
Yeah, you do.
And I've got a 22.
Yeah, that's 32.
Wow. Okay. They don't see
Okay.
Felice
anything
got a
coming.
17,
Felice,
and
As you kind of scoot
Henrietta
into the
got a
room,
21.
Felice, you get eyes on this little tiny door, like opening in the side to the basically due west, but about almost 60 feet south of where you are, probably connecting to. You can hear the yipping and nonsense of what the gnolls and rocks are getting up to, echoing through from there. So you see that, and you can see this large bulbous boar-like creature just barking away at them and just trying all different kinds of things to break into that chamber. All right. When you're ready.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Can I get...
ready all our actions and wait for the mark.
Yep,
I
go for it.
think Henrietta is just kind of resigned and doing nothing.
Fair enough. All right.
It's like, I don't
I think they're waiting
know
on
what I'm
Fenris's
doing.
cue.
all right. I am going to bonus action Hound of Ill Omen.
The shadows
I am going-
coalesce into this wolf-like creature next to this Nelfeshni.
And as my action, I'm going to cast Hold Monster. Wisdom saving throw. I assume it is resistant to magic, so it cancels each other out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. God bless you. Something's gonna hurt here.
See.
All
Just
right.
Depends on how
Wisdom? All
Wisdom
right.
saving throw.
The shadows coalesce around this creature, and it just locks up, and then and just shatters the shadows that have tried to whisper around it with a 22.
Wow, that is
Straight
quite
roll.
a roll.
Straight roll. He rolled 16.
Okay.
And it just calls. Who did that?
He does
Look
not have time to say that
alive.
much. He does not have time to say that.
That's true. Okay, next.
Unleash. I'm gonna roll initiative for the die roll.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. What
Oh,
do you
no,
want to
we
do?
all have to, so
This
whatever.
is technically a surprise round.
Yeah, we all have ready to actions.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your actions.
All right, so I guess then if you want, I can go
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you've you've done the as far
Actually,
as she knows.
Just so I don't lose my brain, let's go counterclockwise around the horn. So Felice.
I mean, we could just roll
Okay.
now and then go through everyone in order. And then,
That's all right.
Yeah.
We'll see. Felice, what do you want to do?
Felice is going to cast a wall of stone, so put your hands on the ground and stone wall rises up. How high is the tunnel? Because she doesn't need to block like all the way to her 60-foot ceiling, right? She just needs to block
It's
the
only
top.
about a 15-foot high gash in the wall that's been burrowed through.
Okay, and how wide is it?
It's not even a full 5 feet.
Cool. So she's going to layer them there when she gets to make 10 by 10 stone walls.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can be smaller than 10 by 10, so probably it's just like...
Sure, draw them where you would
2...
like them. And I don't even know they have to be touching, do they?
I believe they do.
Oh,
yeah.
right, they do.
So the idea would be that you'd have this like 15-foot high, 5-foot wide thing here, and then you'd layer that multiple times because its strength is based on how inches thick it is.
Fair enough.
I think it's like 6 inches by default, and I get 10 of them. And
If you want any
maybe,
more
let's
of them,
say-
let me know.
Let's say 2, so it's probably like 5 walls thick, which is 30 feet.
Yeah. So something
So
odd
they-
happens here because you're
Okay,
not
can't be right.
standing.
30 feet? No, 30 inches. Sorry. Misspeak.
So you're not standing on stone. So something odd happens here as Felice points towards this. There's
Do
a
I need to do
delay.
that?
And you're just like,
I might.
is it happening? As you hear Fenris mutter and the spell goes off. And then after a few seconds, as the stone burrows up through the flesh underneath the scab and just pierces through and makes these walls. All right, your walls are up. Next thing, Valerie.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
Hopefully that will dampen some noise.
Pardon me?
What do you
Sorry, I
want
was-
to do, sir? It is your surprise round.
We're going after this one here, or
Oh no,
this
you're
one
going
down
after
here?
the big guy down here.
So how far is it about?
Well, you could have been in position above with your stealth check if you wanted.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're probably flying. Yeah.
It's pretty high ceiling
legit.
in here, and
Yeah.
dark, so you can just teleport up there.
All right.
You could
So-
have already. I mean, so you're above.
Okay.
this
Yeah,
thing.
I'll do that. So it's pretty much held by Fenris. Yeah.
That was the plan, but it did not get held.
Well, let's see what I can do.
All right.
I'll just fucking. I'm so furious. I'll just sweep in and start wailing on him.
Nice. You're up in the ceiling. You just let go and just land right down on it, like almost like a paratrooper. Just bam. Make your roll.
All right. So let's do.
Don't forget you have advantage.
You do have
because-
advantage. It being very, very surprised.
All right.
Well,
so
not only that, the hound.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
All right.
That's a
So
crit.
that's- Yep. Don't need to roll after. So
Nice.
let's take a look at the rolls, and I'll spend some key points and do a stunning strike as well. So
Do it up,
Yeah.
man.
So let's do the. So it's 2d8 plus 4. I'll do that on roll 20 just to.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah, hold on. Wait, no, that's a roll 20. Don't want to do it.
That's okay.
20.
So on your first shot, you drop down and just your talons taking ribbons off of this thing, just carving it like a Christmas ham, but gone rotten. And you do how much damage? Was not phenomenal, but double the dice. So 4, 6 becomes 12.
All right.
So start off by doing 12 damage. You try to get it in a spot where it's gonna stun it, and I rolled a 19, so it's just like you seem to have made it angry.
Okay, well, hey, you know what? I have another strike, so
Yep.
I can do that. and I will.
Its hide is
26.
surprisingly thick.
26.
All right, 26 hits. Not that thick.
All right, so 8 damage, and
Nice.
I'll spend another key point for stunning
Ooh.
strike.
What's the DC?
16.
And it's a Constitution?
Yep.
Oh, rolled a 14 plus a bunch. So it's way up over 16. Sorry, bro. Got any
No
more?
problem. I will use Flurry of Blows for my bonus action.
As this bird Aarakocra monk just lays into this blur of fur and talons, and sorry, not fur, feathers and talons, just blazing into this thing. What do you got? 16. You hit it in the belly, and instead of harming it, it just like pulses and jiggles, but it doesn't appear to do any damage. AC is higher than 16. Got one more.
All right, one more.
Ooh,
25.
25 hits.
All right, for 12 damage, and I will use another key point because that's what they're there for.
That's fair.
I try another stunning strike.
Ooh, it's very constitutional. Sorry, man. It rolled a 10 for a total of 21.
Yeah, don't
All
use
right.
stunning strikes anymore.
Oof.
Eh,
Yeah, this
All
thing
right.
is built to take. It's tough. Yeah, but you did a chunk of damage to it. Nice. 32 points of damage in a round. All right, dude. I think that's your turn, right?
that's it. Yep.
All right, you're gonna stay put.
Yep.
Okay. Coming up next, going around the horn. Velvet. First round of combat. What do you want to do?
I have one question as far as do you allow the reverse of cure spells?
Well, there is
No,
such a
that's not.
Can I use it as a harm instead of a cure?
there is
different.
a spell called inflict wounds. So if you wanted to have taken that one, you can prep that.
It's a mass cure. I want to do a reverse of that.
Unfortunately,
Reverse the spells is not a thing. I think since second, I don't think
Yeah.
it's been in.
there are other things you could try, but that might do that. But unfortunately, no.
Okay, skip over to somebody else then.
Sure,
I'm
we'll
gonna
circle
have
back.
to figure out what I want to do here.
Jarmida.
Righty. Armina kind of scans around, looks at him, drops the pass without a trace, casts Hunter's Mark
On
on,
Nalfeshni.
on this
Okay.
creature.
Yep. All right, he is marked.
I didn't move her, but she would be kind of up in the rafters.
Oh, right.
Or-
Yeah.
Oh, you're flying, right?
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna put
Right. Okay, that makes it difficult for me.
right up near
I'm
the
not
ceiling, or
trying to stay near you.
Well,
Like
I'm
how
trying
high?
to stay
you can
kind
be
of with.
upwards
Smart,
of about
it's smart,
60 feet
yeah.
if you want.
I'm just thinking about what Henrietta would be doing.
I'm probably like if I was 25 feet up. Is that
Yep, that's fine.
in the dark?
Yep.
Like how far to the threshold of the dark?
Well, I mean, the
10,
whole place is pretty
15.
dark, so like
All right, then
you'd
I'll
be
be
out of direct
20
line of
feet
sight
up.
at about 20 feet up.
Yeah, I'll be 20 feet up,
Okay.
and I've Hunter's marked him, and then I'm going to do the Darmida special because
Nice.
that's what Darmida does, and I have advantage.
Do it. Do it. Whoa. That is a crit for a total of 32. Damn. Let me check. Yeah, that missed.
Well,
I'm kidding.
yeah.
That's a
They
hit.
cannot miss, even if they had 33
Wow.
or more
Wow.
AC.
So that's
That's a lot.
17 damage
All right.
for that one.
Single arrow, just you arc it down, and for a second you're like, and then the thing stands up, and it just takes it right underneath the bulbous chin. Its second chin there, just this blood begins to pour. It's not dying or anything, but it is a bad hit.
Still advantage or no?
Not anymore.
You're invincible, right?
I'm hidden.
As long as you're invisible, you're still an unseen attacker.
You're not strictly speaking invisible though. She was just really
No.
well.
You're not in darkness. Are you not in darkness?
I am.
That's true. You are in
You're
darkness.
You're invisible. That's like the whole
But
point.
usually attacking reveals.
Can then now Vishni see it though? See through
Yeah, I think it's
darkness
invisible. That's a whole different thing.
or invisibility or whatever.
I
Yeah,
don't
if you see
know.
through darkness, that actually means she is invisible. If you can't see through darkness, then she's not invisible. It's a weird ability.
Interestingly enough, well, no advantage. I'll just put it that way. Sorry.
Okay,
You've revealed
so
yourself.
So that one's a 16.
It hits and it digs in, but it doesn't appear to do any damage. It's just in the thick hide.
All right, and then the third one. That's a 24.
That hits.
So that is 11 plus. Damn.
19.
Okay.
60. Wow. Oh, yeah. No, I'm just saying out
Is
loud.
this your
You guys have done
re-shot,
68 points of
or
damage.
is this your third
19.
attack? Is this
That
your
was my
third attack?
third.
So
You
would you like
also
to
get
replace
one
your
for the
miss
miss.
with a hit?
Sorry, I missed that. What?
Would you like to replace your miss with this extra attack?
Right. I do get to do my. I get my feet. Sorry.
Yeah, your Gloomstalker hit it anyway.
Yes.
All right, so you fire a
So,
fourth shot. Go for it.
Yeah, I get to do, but I've already used my thing, so sorry.
You
Totally.
treated that one as the third. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And 18 does hit.
So that's another 8. Oh fuck. Okay. Wow. I haven't kept track of all of this damage. Have you?
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
In
So
the round so far, it's been 81 points of damage. Damn. Holy. All right, just 4 arrows streaking down. Next up, we've got Ben Coombe.
I would guess that he is like readied, like, unless we're
Oh.
running in now.
yeah, he would have.
What's his movement?
It's pretty
His
high
mi-
because it's a barbarian. Yeah.
He's got a 40.
40? Okay,
Movement.
so let me just quickly
Yeah.
check out how far he can get. Okay, so he can get to here on... let me just move him. He can get to here on his move. And that's it. You could
Rage
dash and
he's-
get right up to it.
Yeah, he's gonna bonus action. Wait. He has his spear.
Yep, he does.
So he's gonna bonus action rage,
Okay. He is raging.
and he's gonna throw his spear
At the big guy or at one of the
Yeah.
goat-headed things?
at the big guy
All right, make your roll.
because he heard Fenris say take out him.
Mhm.
So he would do exactly what Fenris told him.
Absolutely. All right, so he throws. How does he do? Or do you want me to?
I'm doing it. I'm just trying to.
No problem.
Got a 17.
17. He's like, yes! And the spear is just stuck in just above the left nipple of this weird, overly bulbous. It's like a boar and a man and tusk. And it just reaches down and plucks it out the spear, just batting it aside. It left a little hole, but it doesn't appear to have done any damage. 18 is what you needed. Sorry.
Okay. Oh crap! I can't pick off the rage here.
That's all right.
It's fine.
I'm just seeing if he has something else like
No problem. While you're doing that, let's circle back
Wait,
to Velvet.
he would have gotten advantage.
Oh, yes. That's true. Okay, go for it.
He would have had advantage. So I'm just going to do it again. Because I don't know his thing good enough, so...
No problem. Oof.
Yep,
13.
nope.
Unfortunately, no dice. As Ben Koom just runs up and starts yelling at this thing. All right. Velvet, what do you want to do?
How many of the party characters are right near this creature?
Looks like you can see two of them are pretty close, within about 10 feet. And this wolf, which appears to be some kind of ally of Fenris, the shadow.
No. My party.
Oh, like up near where you are?
Near the creature that they're after.
Oh, yeah, there's only two that are right up next to it. Or near it.
I'm going to cast Bless on both of them then.
Nice. All right, I think you can get a third as well.
Yes, yeah, yourself.
I might as well put it on myself.
Sure. Now you're going to have to run up a little bit closer just to get them within range. But yeah, so if you run a little bit closer, put them within about 30 feet of you, and then boom. Oh, you could actually get Darmida as well if you wanted. She's above you. But you could
We'll do that.
All right.
We'll do that then.
Okay.
All right.
And I do have a bonus action beyond that.
Sure, do it. Oh, can you do me a favor? Mark it off as a second level spell. Normally it's 3, and if you upcast it to second level, you can do 4 or 5 or more.
Is that true? I didn't know that. Wow.
I think.
That was the first level.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can cast it at higher levels and add another person.
Yeah.
Oh, so many moves don't have an upcast for more utility stuff. That's really cool to see. I didn't realize.
Yeah. So you can mark that as a second level slot. Get yourself, Darmida, Ben Koom, and Valerie.
There's 5 of us?
4, yeah. In range.
How many of us are there? 5,
Actually,
right?
From where you are, you could get everybody but Fenris, but that's a pretty big upcast. That's going to be...
Don't bother hitting us. Yeah.
No, they're at the back.
Want to get Fenris or something. But...
Yeah.
So
you cast it at 4th level.
You could.
It's up to you.
And
If you want to get
all of us.
If you want to get Felice and
there's
Henrietta,
4.
that would do it. Yeah, if you want to cast it at 4th, you could do it. That would get.
I will catch the whole party.
All
That
right.
way it gives you some benefits later.
Yeah. Everybody but Fenris. He's just a little bit too far away, but everybody else is blessed. Nice. You have a bonus. Go for it. Oh no,
Yeah,
Yep.
that
spiritual weapon.
You can't do a spiritual weapon.
It's a weird fringe rule. Yeah.
You can't if you
Oh,
if you cast.
Oh,
yeah,
right. They
you
don't
can
talk about
only.
that. Yeah, it has to be a cantrip, unfortunately.
Yeah, if you do.
But you know what? I would
bonus
say
action,
you had time to prepare. You could have had your spiritual weapon up, whatever it is.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just gonna make it look like a hammer.
Yeah.
And then you could command it as a bonus this round because you had time to prepare.
Yep.
So you can move it over to just within range, right there. And I'll say you kind of had it near where you were.
I can't see what you're doing on your map.
Oh, no problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you had your, I'll say you cast it beforehand knowing you needed it, and so it's just been waiting. So all you have to do is command it to rush in. So you can command it to attack this round if you want to. So go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay.
Standard attack with your probably wisdom. I forgot you're a cleric. Guys, you have a cleric in your party.
Oh, fuck me.
So with spiritual weapon, your spiritual weapon is
I missed.
All right. But it's right up there next to him. You can take a swing.
Critically missed.
Oh no. All right, you almost hit Valerie as it swings by. But Valerie's super evasive, so just goes, woof. Hey. What do you say back as Velvet almost clobbers you with I don't know, what does your weapon look like? I'm curious.
The hammer that you were requesting.
Nice. All right. So that brings us round. Most of you are now blessed, and that that brings us Henrietta. You gonna do anything, or everybody roll initiative?
I was thinking of something, but I think
Sure.
it makes more narrative sense to be like the beat after this guy responds, because you said that he's like starts talking. Gee, can you continue
trying.
that little dialogue where he's like, "Oh, we're being," and then he gets like punched in the face.
He
like
just
3
gets
more times.
pummeled by all of these things. He's like, oh.
Gather round guard. And
That's what you hear. All right. I saw
Yeah, let's roll for initiative.
Valerie's initiative, dude. You get a 10, Valerie.
What do you roll for this?
D20
just-
and add your Dex mod.
That's right.
Henrietta with a 9. All right. What do we got? Roll
What-
initiative, folks. Ooh, Gordon.
I got a 20. That's without my initiative
Whoa.
bonus.
All right, Velvet way up at the top almost. Oh man, this is so many nat ones. This is insane. Wow.
Nat 20s, come on.
You had a lot. Okay,
What's-
and a nat 20 from Darmida.
It's 18 plus. Well, it's a weird initiative. It's like 18 plus 20.
Well,
So-
no, only that was Ben Coom's roll. I
Okay.
haven't rolled yet.
So
Ben
Ben
Coom
Coom
gets
with
advantage.
the crit.
Oh,
Felice with the crit fail.
We got 2 nat 1s, we got 2 nat 20s. We're looking good. We're balancing the scales.
And Darmida has 18.
And Darmida for 18. Okay. Is that everybody? Ben Coom, Velvet, Darmida, Valerie, Henrietta, Fenris, and Felice. A party of 7. All right.
Oh, I got to roll for my wolf.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Let's
well,
not
yeah.
forget the wolf.
The woof woof. Now we have 2 woofs.
You got double
Yeah,
wolf.
Yeah, but his wolf can't cast Fury and things like that.
19.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
When wolves stick together.
All right. Woof, you are attacking. All right. Coming up first. We may not carry on for too much longer because it is getting a bit late, but we can do.
We need to do some ass kicking.
You got to
for
do a little ass kicking if people are
Carl,
willing.
come on.
All right.
Great, Jesse.
For Carl. For Carl.
Hey man, I started it, so
Yeah. All right. Ben Coom.
Yeah, you did.
Ben Coom followed by Velvet.
Okay, so Ben Coom, frustrated as hell that he didn't hit, is going to move up next to. Actually, can it's hard. I'm
He's
gonna
got
just
40,
kinda-
so 5, 10. You're trying to flank? 15,
I am.
20, 25 to flank with Valerie.
Yeah. Okay, and he is just gonna. He's gonna
Unload.
Ben Coom.
Make it happen.
Yeah, he's with his maul.
And you get a
So-
D4 bonus
A D4 bonus?
because
oh,
of the
right.
bless.
Oh, why didn't? Oh, it doesn't allow me to do.
It's okay. We
Weird.
can add.
It doesn't
19,
let me-
that's already a hit, so don't worry about it. Is that 7?
But it might be a 20.
It's not an advantage. It's just a D4 added.
No, it
Yeah.
is advantage if it's flanked.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. Flanked with bless. This shouldn't last long. All right, go for it. 23. All right. That's going to be 27. That hits. So I'll take the first damage one, though. 'cause
Just
that
for
was nicer.
shits.
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah. So
28 to hit.
17.
Hits.
Plus
17
he
points
gets.
of damage.
Does that include his?
Think. No,
Does
that
it
doesn't
include
rage.
his
So 3 more for rage. That's an even 20.
his rage?
Whew. All right. Broke triple
so
digits.
so he how
First
many?
shot. He gets 2.
He gets
at least.
2.
At least. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets 2.
Second swing.
s-
Boom. Thumper
You'd
is
think-
in action tonight. With advantage, that's 24. That's a hit.
Yeah,
You can roll the d4 if you want, but it does hit. There you go.
3.
27 to
So
Velvet
that's
is
another 13.
nice. Woo! All
For
right.
Ben Coombs.
This thing is just surrounded. All right. surrounded by one barbarian and a monk. Coming up next, Velvet. What do you want to do?
Do I have clear shot at his eyes? His head?
Yeah.
Are you trying to do the light trick?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Because I don't think that's legal anymore.
All right, what do you want to do to him?
Crossbow.
Nice. All right. So your half-human form just pulls up the crossbow. Take your shot.
Yep.
You also can spend a bonus action to get your spiritual weapon to take a swing if you need it.
Okay.
How'd you do?
Now, let's see. I rolled an 18 plus 8. 20.
That's going to hit.
26.
Plus you're blessed, so you get a d4, but that is already a hit. And so that's roll a d8 and add your damage.
D8. What the hell is that?
It'll be d8 plus dex mod,
Yep.
probably. And I'm going to be kind and say it's a +1 crossbow, because you're brand new. And you got to raid the undead armory, so it'll be a +1 crossbow if that's your main weapon.
Oh,
Otherwise,
I got a couple. They're all plain weapons right now. 6.
I mean, you could take an unmagical one if you want, but you've fought enough things to know that these things tend to resist non-magical weapons. In hell.
Well, that's true.
So you're going to want at least a +1 magic weapon. Take it when the DM offers.
Well, I have to get it onto the character.
Don't worry, it's fine. We'll just add
All
one.
right.
We can do the maths.
All right, and that adds the damage as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's 10 points of damage anyway.
Nice. Oh, wow. All right. The thing
Plus, you said
digs
the
in
spiritual?
just above the eye into like that little bone socket there. The thing's like...
It could have hurt.
Oh, that would have hurt. All right. Next.
he
swing
has
with
a
your
bonus action.
Yep, then my bonus, the spiritual weapon.
Yep.
What's that? I got a D20 for that, right?
Yeah.
Rolling.
On deck is Wolf, then Darmida.
Wolfie.
7 plus 9 is 16.
16 does not hit. Did you roll your D4 bonus for bless?
Nope, not just yet.
Roll that.
So,
Might make
16,
a difference.
16. And 2.
2?
18.
That's what you needed. You needed 18. Nice job. Roll a D. I believe it's D8 plus your
Yep.
D8
plus your
plus
wisdom
4.
mod. Yeah.
It's D8 plus 4. All right. D8 again.
You brought a cleric to a devil fight. About in time.
Unfortunately, it didn't do a hell of a lot. That's 5 points more.
Every bit counts. All right, nice job. 125. Nice job. Coming up next, Wolf, Darmida. Valerie's on deck after Darmida.
Wolf is going to bite at advantage.
All right. Roll it again. The 13 did not help you. The natural
a
20
crit?
did.
A natural 20 did.
I don't remember. Did the wolf
Only slightly, though.
Did the wolf have magical teeth?
No.
Okay, so it unfortunately oh no, it's just resistant, so half damage.
All right, so take half of 19.
Whoa. Why does wolf do so much?
2 dice 6 plus 3 and a crit.
Oh, right. Crit. Haha. Okay, takes 10 points of damage. Nice job. I did not expect a non-magical wolf to do that much damage. All right, coming up next. I stand corrected.
Please,
What else is
please,
wolf
please do a strength saving throw DC 13. Or be not wrong.
Yeah, it's 16, so it makes it.
Just check it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Done. Wolf's done.
The wolf's just dragging and pulling its bit onto the back of one of its knees and just pulling. It's boar hunting time. All right, Darmida, on deck is Valerie.
Okay, Darmida kind of looks at this creature, sizes him up like, what the fuck? Why are you still up?
It's because I'm big, isn't it?
And she's gonna big boned.
He's a bucket of hit points, is what it is. All
right. So I'm gonna roll my
14.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Oh, you are
but
blessed.
But I have
roll a d4.
Yeah, I did, but it didn't hit.
Oh, I see.
So,
16.
But I'm gonna use my
or 50.
My ability.
Yep.
So I get a re-roll.
Yep. I've always said it's basically a second shot.
Ooh. So that's 28. A 28.
Yeah, 28 hits.
And I will do my damage for that one. That's another 11.
Yep.
And then for my next
22.
Hit, that's
that
a 22.
Hits.
That definitely hits.
Ooh.
But for the fun of it, all right, I got a 4, so
also
6. That's super awesome to know. So that's another 15.
Ooh. All right.
How's he looking?
He's looking really, really hurt, but still standing, as it's just kind of rolling back and like it's holding up its hands and it's just like,
yeah, what the fuck just hit me?
Exactly. All right, coming up next, unless you're doing something else. Dermita, anything else? You got a bonus and a move. You can see these other bullzows just kind of, they're all just looking, watching their master just get ripped up.
Yeah, she doesn't have much in the way of bonus actions. Okay. So, yeah, no, I think she's
just hovering up there 25 feet in the air, just, or 20 feet up. All right, coming up next.
20 feet up.
Valerie. On deck is Henrietta.
Yeah, just seeing the what's happening so far. I'm like, all right, well, looks like we can keep going on these talent strikes and
nice. Make
see
your
what
attack.
happens.
Oof.
No, okay, let's go for the other one.
That is a nat 1.
Oh, but followed by I guess 16.
16. You are blessed, so go ahead and roll a d4. It might make the difference. Man, blessed is clutch.
You're also at advantage, right? So.
Oh, and advantage. That's right. So
Sure.
27 does hit. You're right.
Yeah,
Actually, that
27.
first one would have been. Sorry, the first one. Okay, this gets a little weird. But just to save, so the 10 missed, but you have advantage. So the 16 would have missed, but the d4 bless brings it to 19. So the first one is a hit.
All
just.
Right. So
and then we'll take that 22nd for your next one.
All right. That's the damage 5.
Nice. All right.
All right. So then
Second
we're
one,
27, and then
you
I'll
have
roll
advantage. You might as
one.
well roll again just to see if you get the crit. No. All right, but 27 does hit. Ooh, nice damage.
11. I'll bonus action I'll use to do flurry of blows.
This thing is just roiling just under all this punishment as you just, because it's so big, you leap up off the ground using your wings and just get right even with its face.
At 14 it won't hit.
But you have a D4 less.
D4, yeah, okay. That's
Oh, it doesn't quite get you there. It would have needed to be a 4. It's 18
right.
AC. I'm not afraid to
Nice.
tell. Oh, roll it.
15.
Roll the D4. Man, that bless is clutch. All right. That's a 3. So that brings it to 18. The very last one is a hit. Roll damage. Woo.
8.
Drive that bolt further into his eye.
I know that it won't work, but I'm still going to spend a key point and do stunning strike.
Hold on. As you rise yourself up, you just boom, 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 smack. Just working your way as you fly upwards, working your way up the body. Just kidney shot, chest shot, chin shot, eye shot. But that eye shot, you hit the crossbow that was jammed into the eye. Just drive it right through and out the back of its weird little boar-like skull, and just the blood just sprays all over the buzzsaw that's behind it, and a little bit on Ben Coom's shoulder, and the whole thing just goes
right into his brain.
and falls to the ground. Dead.
There we go.
Nice job.
Thanks
we
to
go.
a crossbow. Thanks to a crossbow bolt.
Yep.
There you go.
Bunch
There
of
you go.
bless. All right. That's your turn. Henrietta, you just watched that go down.
Yeah, it changes what I'm gonna do slightly, but that's fine. Not a lot. Right, the same. I'm gonna move forward so that I know that Darby, you're like in the sky, right?
Yeah, 20 feet up.
I'm 20 feet up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move like past you so that anything that might, even though that you're in the sky, anything that sort of heads in that direction might have to pass me first. But I mean, I guess I won't be close enough to be granting you any sort of save bonus because of your height, but that's fine. And then I'm going to cast message at the most middlemost one of these, whatever they're called.
Balzoos.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to understand or not because language, but I'm going to try.
Message,
and I'm
you
gonna...
can make your intent known even regardless of language, so that's fine.
I don't think that's true. Because you're literally whispering, it's not telepathy. Anyway, so I'm going to send this message to them that's along the lines of like, all is lost, flee. Gather your brethren and flee. So I want them to all scatter. Only one's hearing me, so hopefully there can be a mob mentality that gets them all out. And at very least, we'll get some attack of opportunity.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm hoping, I know it's always a little bit of crossover, but I'm hoping that this is actually a very good idea, and so it should be persuasion instead of intimidation.
All right, go ahead and roll persuasion.
Thank you. That's a 28.
Wow. All right. So, in your mind, you just send your message to it, and it looks up, and you lock eyes. It's strange, like pasty, thick, white, mucusy coated eyes. Looks up and locks eyes with you for a second, and you say, "Flee," and it. And it screams at the top of its lungs, this "flee," and it just go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Okay, are they gonna run into the wall? All right. 6.
Oh, damn! Seriously? Okay. All 6 of them turn and look at the one, and then look back at you, and this just cut to you holding the Peller thing with this helm. Half of it, this twisted Maleficent-style knotted horn, and the other half, this wing of Peller, kind of coming off this helmet that's fused to your head. And you've just sent this thing, this message, and it just conveys the message to all the others, and they just, well, we'll see what happens on their turn. And, Fenris, it is your turn.
Cool.
Okay.
Are they not going this round?
Or
they
they
roll really
rolled
badly?
a 1.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're right at the... Actually, they might not be right at the bottom, but they're
Because
low.
we rolled 1s as well.
Yes, it's true. I was looking for these weird little creatures.
Did I see a reaction though? Like from what?
You see these strange goat-like creatures. Their eyes roll back in their heads. You can kind of see the white. I mean, they're milky-eyed anyway, but you see the whites of their eyes, and they just look like they are. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
You could roll an insight check, but it's. Yeah, this is what they look like, by the way.
Like I saw.
See.
Ugly.
Pretty classic Baphomet sort of style thing.
Terrifying. Yeah. All right. Okay, they actually get to go before Felice, but that's it.
Nice.
I mean, I kind of want to save my spell slots because we're.
Well, you can spend the round. You've seen it. You've seen Henrietta, like, just look at them, and you see one of them yell,
Yeah,
and that's
that
it.
makes sense.
That's all you saw. So what do you want to do, Fenris?
I'm gonna go up and like closer to the others, and I'm gonna just yell in Abyssal at them echoing it to flee to get out.
Sure. All right. You step forward. You can see Darmida hovering over your shoulder, almost literally. And you're almost next to Henrietta, almost shoulder to shoulder. And you yell at them. Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Point 2.
Nice. Just 1 sec.
Our guys, internet sort of crapped out, so.
No worries, man. Welcome back.
Fair enough. Should be wrapping pretty
All right.
soon.
That again, a couple of them see you step forward side by side with this paladin, and you see Darmida hovering almost equidistant in a triangle above you, and they just and they look real spooked. You're not sure which way it's going to go, and it's their turn. Do you want to do anything else? That was your turn, your action. You have a bonus if you want it.
No, I need to conserve.
All right.
I think this is just
coming up
and
next.
I was about to fire off like a fireball or a lightning ball, but like I don't want to damage the door or like do something that has a reaction. So like,
okay, coming up next, as Felice readies herself, the bullsaws look at each other, and you can hear them. Those who understand Abyssal hear the following. And they turn and run. Ben Koom smashes one on the way down. It takes the hit, scrambles to its feet, and keeps running. Valerie also gets a free shot if you want one. But they go scrambling. 2 of them go slamming against the stone door that you put there, and they're just throwing themselves against it with the same kind of fury. Except this time there are some cracks that are slowly appearing. They don't look like they want to go anywhere near Fenris. So if you let them pass kind of around you, they will go out and around. Otherwise, they'll join their brethren slamming into the door. And they run around you and just disappear into the tunnel from which you came. And then you just hear the as these other 2 are just bashing continuously against the door. The way is clear to this double brass door leading further into this bleeding citadel.
Yeah, I think we try and skirt around them to encourage them to go the other way. Like, okay, I know you don't want to go past us, but it's that way now. Go over there.
Sure. Actually, you walk around and just kind of, just your presence, they sense you walking a little bit closer, and they just and scurry away from you. And back
good job, everyone.
Pardon?
Oh, just Felice. Being like, this is actually I don't know how often we may not remember because Felice has been a while since she's been around, but her go-to has been a lot of going last and going, oh, good job, everyone finished everything.
So the rest of you,
that happened a lot.
You gather around, and you see these massive doors. All the combatants have now left. You see these massive brass doors in front of you. The doors are indestructible. Runes around them, written in Celestial. Those who read Celestial?
Yes, sir.
Like half the party. Okay, so those who read Celestial can read.
3 or 7, sorry.
Against evil, we stand united. Only the pure of heart can part these holy gates.
Counts me out.
And this is where the party ends. No.
No, I mean, it is, right? We're ending session, right? It's
I feel like this is where Henrietta's gonna shine.
Everyone else is like,
oh yeah.
What do I murder now?
Darmida's just gonna kind of look at. Yeah, Darmida's just gonna kind of look at Hen and be like, well, You might want to try this door. I think
Yeah.
you're going to have better luck. And Darmin is just going to step back.
Yeah, I think there's like the scene shot is like we walk up, one of us, I don't know, maybe it's Darmida, maybe it's Sen, maybe it's Velvet, like reads the Celestial aloud, and then there's just sort of this like pregnant moment, and we just cut to black and run credits.
There is one more thing that happens.
One thing you want to do?
As you're
All right.
standing before these doors, and you're just like, okay. You see what's before you, and you have to try to get through. Darmida, in your mind, you hear and feel this strange push.
Darmida, it is done. Lulu is risen. And Zariel knows.
I turn to Henrietta and I'm like, open it now.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna walk forward.
now it cuts to black.
I'm like, do you want to cut to black or do you not? You know, we can open it, we can not.
Bear,
So
bear,
what are we
bear,
doing, Todd? Make up your mind.
All right.
There's no time now to hesitate.
Absolutely.
This
It
might
is
be where
on.
we stand. I don't know how long it would take for Zero to try to fight us
he'll-
here, right? Maybe we just dig in our heels, right? And we fight. But that could be really bad.
Yep.
All right. Thanks
We'll
very
find
much
out.
for
There's a
hanging
lot
in
of
a
shit
little
here.
longer than normal, everybody. We went only an hour 20 past our regular. But we wanted some murder. And you guys fucking murdered that dude. Wow.
Yeah, we needed murder and mayhem tonight. We
Yep.
really did.
And you got it. That
Yep.
thing is so tough. I didn't even realize when I was doing this. I was like,
You
it's
killed
got
it before.
184
Unless they're
hit
like
points.
a different version.
You got 184 hit points. Its AC is high, and my God, you were beating on that thing for like intensely. I love it. And of course, Carl, or rather, Valerie got the kill shot.
Valerie,
Although that bless was clutch. So
Really good.
welcome
that
to
was
the
a
table.
clutch blast.
Welcome to the table,
Thanks,
Donnie.
Donnie.
That was huge. That was like 4 hits. It turned the tide on 4 misses into 4 hits at least.
Yeah, it's cool seeing it actually change something instead of just be like, oh yeah, you know, you win more, but you
Yeah,
already rid of
exactly.
it, right?
And
This
it
is what they
That
use a
really
lot of
did.
time.
That's why I chose the cleric. I was also debating a rogue.
Nice. Well, I think
A
you chose.
full
No, I
blooded
think-
rogue.
You chose.
The cleric was a good choice.
All
Oh,
right.
It's good there.
Bella didn't even think you were going to let me use my Henday.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
That's why I rolled a
But I
second.
told him to ask anyway.
It's worth
Yeah.
a try. All right. Well, it's running late, so I'm gonna have to bounce. We're gonna run the credits. Don't forget, just a shout out to all the Creative Commons music that's scrolling in the doobly doo thing somewhere. We always give credit to our music, so thanks so much for that, and thanks very much for joining us at the table and for going along. I think we all needed some good murder and mayhem. Man, you guys defeated that guy. It was just woof. He didn't even get a turn. You just executed him.
Worst part is I feel
Well,
bad.
and
about it.
Fenris had said, no.
Oh, don't feel bad. Those
He
things are
would've killed us.
nasty.
I have to feel bad about it.
Huh?
It's
Oh, right. 'Cause you.
evil.
It's in the character.
It's evil. He's brethren to me.
Well, you have
Right.
definitely slaughtered the boar, brethren. All right,
Yeah.
Internet. Before we go, we do need a name for tonight's episode. Or other players. If you got a name suggestion.
I don't know. Into
The
the
end is
Scab.
near. Or into the scab, yeah.
Bella, are you
Oh,
headed off to bed or something, or can we talk a little more?
Oh, we'll talk offline.
Yeah, we're still on the
Hold
stream
on.
right now, technically. But
Yeah.
any other? So I heard Into the Scab. We heard The End Is Near. And any other suggestions? Feel free to throw them into chat. I'm still waiting on a nice evil name as well, so I'll put that out on the Instagram. Don't forget to check us out on all the places, especially the podcast stuff, but YouTube and so on. And thanks very much, everybody, for playing. I'm going to ask one last time that everybody, please, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and get out there and roll some dice. Go murderate a demon. Because, hey, we might as well.
It feels good.
That's
It feels good to murderate a
Oh
demon.
yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Side
Tom.
Quest Live. Thanks so much for tuning
Peace
in.
out, guys.
Oh,
Try
wait.
to record all of our games as much as possible, whether that's Dungeons
Yeah,
and
we
Dragons
stay here, don't
or
worry.
Shadowrun or another tabletop role-playing game. Just a quick side note about all the licenses and copyrights involved. Our music is all Creative Commons attribution music on our live stream video feed or YouTube replay or Twitch VOD. We always attribute each individual artist, so be sure to check out those individual artist attributions. Lots of love to so many people who make their work available so that we can do what we do. So thank you. It influences our game. It makes it immeasurably better. So much appreciation for them. Let's not forget the makers of the game. Dungeons & Dragons is copywritten by Wizards of the Coast. They own it. They make it available to all of us to play, and it's wonderful. We are in no way affiliated with them, and nor do they endorse this podcast, but we are very appreciative. The other game we often play is Shadowrun, which is Catalyst Games. And again, we are not affiliated with them, and they do not endorse us, but we really appreciate their game, and we hope you appreciate our game. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Twitch and YouTube, and watch for those live games once we're streaming them out. And of course, we do accept suggestions for names, so please hit us up on Instagram and name our stuff. All right, thanks so much. I'm Todd, and this has been SideQuest Live. We'll see you again soon.